It is a world of darkness. The sin of Cain has spawned the cursed horror that stalks the night in search of living blood. The kindred have long been a secret influence through all ages of human history, plotting against each other in a never-ending jihad. Their immortal progeny are among us to this day, hidden from the eyes of humanity by an elaborate masquerade.
want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab it then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. Pain for their disease. Just like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. Flip gods into weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution.
We'll learn necromancy. That's what Henri wants to do. Whoa.
Oh boy.
All right, we are back and we are live once again for Ashland by Night, our primary game on Friday nights. Apparently, we've got a lot to talk about, but we may be able to get away with it. Just doing it in character to kind of condense on time. I'll let you guys decide that. But one game announcement. As of this game, oh, thank you very much for the follow. As of this game, afterwards, I should say, from the 29th of September to the next, so that game and 2 games into October, we are going to be playing a prequel, which is Ashland by Night, The Dark West, which is a Western version of Ashland by Night, featuring brand new characters. We're going to have some people who aren't normally a part of the game also joining us, as well as potentially one guest star as well. So we're looking forward to that. That will take place, obviously, same time as this particular game, and then we will resume that. We'll resume this particular game in November, I believe. So looking forward to it. So did we want to do a game recap, or since it sounded like you guys were possibly wanting to do this as a part of in characters, since that was going to be the intention anyways?
We can do a quick high level recap to keep that going in character, and
Sure.
I can do that. So it was 2 days after we had dealt with the case of Room 202 and had released Daniel. Revis had been speaking to people, his people, to find some real estate in the city. Looks like he's looking for places. Let's see. After that happened, Seth, Ben, and Revis went to the web, where the Glasswalker werewolves are, including Noah. We talked to him, and he let us know about weird stuff happening at Autumn Health Systems, and he asked us to go check it out. We did that along with Ryan, because of the skills that he had. Got some info there, and then returned to Noah and let him know. And also offered Ryan a job at Pantheon because of his skills that he demonstrated. And that's effectively it. There's details, but things to go over in the meeting.
I have a quick question, Jerome. Did we do our message back to the lycanthrope? Because we cut off before we got that far. So I didn't know if that was just assumed to be done or if we actually had to do it.
Okay, so are you referring to what Ben just talked about?
Yeah, talking to Noah after all the stuff we discovered.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so we did. Yeah, so
I
he's
already
so
talked
Noah's
to him on the side, and yeah, that was something you guys did kind of in a brief downtime. You just relayed that information to him.
Okay.
And there you
go. So Sophie, you are the ranking vampire tonight. Where would you like to have tonight's gathering?
See, where have we not used lately?
Sandwich Peasant?
No.
Koala
Chuck E.
Detour.
Cheese.
We are not meeting at one of your off-brand fast food places.
How about the Jiffy Lube?
Museum.
The train museum?
Yeah, we haven't been there for a while. I
Did
we-
that burn
by
down?
now.
Didn't that burn down?
Weren't
it
we
didn't
gonna
burn down all the way?
Weren't we gonna not meet there anymore because it's like burned? Not like literally burned, but like metaphorically burned. Just like Anzio's is burned.
Well,
Well,
I
that
don't
little
know
thing
if it
about
was.
the Sabbat knowing that it was the location we used might have had some bearing on that.
Oh, that's true.
Oh yeah, because we never found
There-
out what happened to the guy who turned into goo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
I forgot
is
about him.
Trudy's office space that's in the cannery district that she recently
Yeah,
got.
okay. Let's do the cannery.
Okay.
So Sophie will send out the text saying, let's have an update. Meet at the cannery.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Seth is going to leave Trish to her studies. Give her a little bit more time to get that one down before she tests to see if she's got it right or not.
Okay.
Where's
And
she learning?
something. And
She's learning Latin, the
Yes,
Monty
she is
Python, the
learning.
Holy Grails version.
and
So-
go find Band.
So Ben's nearby, and you find him, and you see him looking at his phone, and he looks up to you and goes, "Got the text?
I did.
All right, I'll let him know
Just-
we're taking off here.
Go fill them in on what we found out.
It should be interesting." And so Ben goes ahead and says, "Steph and I will be there soon."
Reeves responds back with a, "Sure, this should be fun."
I mean, it's as fun as y'all make it.
Oh, then you all ought to be roaring with laughter when we're done.
I'm dubious.
I think Haley just missed the fact we were talking about her, so because she just said hey in the chat.
Oh, hello.
Speaking of Dahlia, I would have sent a text to her asking if she was coming tonight.
Okay, no response. Yeah, she clearly didn't because she now responds, "What?"
Yeah, I figured she wouldn't respond. So, okay.
Do we know at this point that Dahlia is not in town anymore?
Negative, Ghost Rider. The pattern is full.
Okay.
Remus, mark it down on your sheet. You've got a free reroll, unless that's you in the chat, but I don't think so. No, it's not. Okay. Well,
No.
Xenofather, if this is your first stream, welcome. Pleasure to have you.
Oh,
So,
thank you. Yeah, it could have been me. I can't read.
Yes, so
I
make sure to
believe.
mark that down on your sheet. Somebody subscribed to the channel, and with their subscription, they gave you their free reroll.
Oh, thank you.
Wow, very cool.
It was sweet.
Yeah. It was either pity or I have a fan. Either way, I'll take it.
Yeah,
You have a fan.
yeah, either way, yeah.
He just saw your face and was like, that looks like a guy who's going to need a reroll.
Yeah, like, ugh.
Wow, that just hurts.
God, you
I
sound
have
like
sympathy
my mom.
pain for that one.
Here's
sound
a
like my
reroll
mom.
for you, sweetie.
Yeah.
Here's a reroll for you, don't you know?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
packed one in your lunch.
Aw, he's an
Oh,
art
no.
student. Give him $1.
Oh my.
I've got a reroll on my sheet that I never used. Does that just keep carrying until we use it?
Until you
Yep.
use it, yeah.
Yep.
All right, cool.
I always forget to use mine. That's
Xeno Father was like,
I
I
sure
want to
don't.
give the reroll to that guy with the Jerry's Kids t-shirt.
It's a death save shirt.
No, I'm just kidding. Oh, great.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
In good company.
can't
I have a
even
Death
test.
Save shirt too.
I have too many of them. I love them.
I don't have any.
They're really cool.
It's Joe Manganiello's t-shirt line.
Oh, nice.
And
I
if
have
you,
a
and if you read
official-
the inside tag, they come with some sort of like spell effect or game effect. And
No,
Todd's
I like
wearing
that
one
one.
of our shirts.
Yes, I like
he
that.
also has nice abs.
Hey, did you guys see my new sign?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, that's so cute.
So, anyways, we have thoroughly derailed. So, hopping back off the third rail back onto the tracks. Persephone and Ben got the text. They are going to be heading out. Obviously, everybody else has. Damaris, as you are preparing, and you haven't gotten a new place yet. I think you're still with Kyrene, correct?
You're muted.
And you are muted.
Story of our life.
Yeah, for real. Yes, I was looking for a new place, looking for the end location. And I was honestly debating even trying to find a new place at this point because I just don't know if there's even a point.
Keep getting exposed.
Exactly. Like, so I should I think I'm going to look for perhaps an adjacent property to it and do some sort of underground method where they're connected.
Oh,
if possible.
Okay.
Come talk to me.
Gotcha.
I'll give you the number of my guy.
So something
Yeah.
something in the neighborhood where
She already has Ben's number.
she's at. Gotcha. So
Yeah. And then, yeah, I'm still looking for properties for the other location.
sure. So
Brittany.
Damaris, you end up getting a couple of texts, but they're taking a few minutes to load up bandwidth wise because apparently they're pictures.
Okay.
So apparently you got the message though, uh-oh, and then it just says like loading and then loading and then loading. It's getting ready to come up. And the first picture is Dahlia pulling herself up out of the ground, and it's taken from a selfie angle with
bastard.
Killian with a very dour looking face. And then there's another picture of Dahlia at this point taking the Valkyrie.
It's a whole little scrapbook.
And then there's another the last picture taken where Killian is actually somebody else apparently took it. Killian is standing next to Dahlia, and he's forced Dahlia to hold the pitchfork like that Quakers picture that you see,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
so he has an equally uncharmed looking face as she does. She's just kind of like out of it a little bit and holding like a pitchfork, but behind her head is his two fingers.
American Gothic.
Yeah.
You said that these were delayed coming in. Is there like a timestamp on them of when they were originally taken?
No, they came in right now. You don't see a timestamp on it, but it's clear it wasn't tonight. You just woke up.
Yeah. Well, I was wondering how long ago. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out if I need to roll like a self-control at that point because and immediately her thought was, WTF.
No,
Why
not yet. But
is
yeah,
she-
you're definitely in a WTF moment. You haven't found out the full story, but maybe when you find out the full story, yeah, you probably could.
Yeah. I am going to call Killian.
Okay.
I hope he answers.
Yep. So the phone picks up. Oh, so it's about time you wake up.
Yeah, and I had a really rude awakening.
That's
I
because
just
you're not
got
on the 5G network.
yeah. No, it's because I got pictures showing that Dahlia was turned, and she's gritting it between her teeth when she says that.
And he says, "Oh, right. I figure you'd want to know. She came here with her boyfriend. That's apparently a thing as well.
Her boyfriend, what's his name, Gabriel, something like that. Sorry.
No.
I hope you say that.
No.
I met him, but Rachel forgot.
Right.
I'm gotta go through the
No,
notes.
he was going by Carlos.
Carlos, sorry. One of
Right.
those numbers.
He's Well, I'll tell you what. Let's just say that there were signs that most of you missed, and Carlos was really Bastion.
She's gonna throw her phone.
Okay. Okay. So call ends. Smash. Go ahead and roll. Actually, all you can do is write it at this point, if that's the case. So your frenziing, give me. It's your instinct check. It's not self control. It's the other
Conviction.
Yeah.
There you go.
No, conscious conviction
Let me pull up a character sheet.
or self-control instinct.
It looks like it should be instinct.
Instinct then. Yes.
Okay, so instinct and what?
No, just instinct.
Okay.
Difficulty
Just a
7.
Okay.
So I broke my phone in the last game out of rage. So we're setting a pattern.
Yeah.
Who's gonna break their phone next week?
I'll do it.
1.
Okay, so you're narrowly able to write it. Phone, of course, is in half a dozen pieces at this point because you've got some potents. So it's just smashed up against the wall. Kyrene is actually not here. She's out back someplace, probably tending first thing, to the other plants on the property.
Okay. So she's gonna be late to the meeting, because she is throwing a huge screaming temper tantrum fit partly because one, that the fact that her child just got turned after she defected from the Sabbat very publicly, and now it's coming back, and it's Bastion that had a lot to do with it. And so she's angry at that, and she's angry at the fact that, damn it, he got one against her. He got
Okay.
the last hit on that, and as much as she hates to admit that, it's a valid realization, unfortunately. But she's very much throwing a temper tantrum, throwing shit, screaming, and we'll eventually find if Kyrene gets
Kyrene
back.
finds you because you're raising bloody hell inside her house and breaking things and
I'll
breaking
pay
things.
for that.
Breaking things is a sound that she's acutely attuned to because all of that are plants on the inside. So you're like wreaking havoc on potted plants and just ripping stuff up and breaking things. And
Once I realize that, I'll try to
like
take it away.
if a small sapling stuck in there like a bit too difficult, was a bit too difficult to pull out, you like broke the mold and potting that it was in, threw it down to the ground and just like monkey stomped on it, just like you're like with your feet and hands and just just taking it like wrong ways and running your hand down so you can break the leaf, sapling branches off and little leaves and just like shattering this thing. And she comes around, blurring back into the front door, and she's about ready to say like, what the heck is happening? And that morphs into, what the hell are you doing?
He turned her. Sabbat. She's Sabbat now.
Turn who? That plant never did
Dahlia.
anything to you.
Dahlia.
She's in town. How's that possible?
Dahlia. Wait, she's in town now?
Okay, what are you talking about?
wait. I just got pictures and I just talked to Killian. She got turned spot by Bastion.
And she's like, when?
Within the last few days, weeks, I don't know. I haven't seen her in a couple of weeks. Now it makes sense.
Okay, so she pulls out, her phone real quick, and she's mad, and dials up, and you can hear his voice come through, and it's like, oh, it looks like Damaris finally told you, and so she's like,
And then she
She takes
throws
her
the
phone.
phone
no, she has actually more
and starts
self-control.
pulling out plants.
She has more self-control.
I hand her
from
the ones that I already
because
pulled out.
She
to
had
throw.
she had to help train Adam.
She starts breaking trees.
She starts
Do you know how bad this is?
And so she hangs up with that, getting that confirmation, just not even really, going into a full conversation with him. And she says, okay, she's with Killian. It's not all bad. He's probably worked something out where he's got a close eye on her.
She's gonna do one of those. Okay. It's one of those.
Make
You
a
guys have
willpower
ever
check.
seen Ever After, where the stepsister finds out that Drew Barrymore's character is Cinderella, basically, and she says "excuse me" moment and does the whole, and then when she gets back, she's all, "Sorry, that wasn't me."
Go ahead and make a willpower roll. Difficulty
yeah.
5 or difficulty 6.
Yeah.
I'm imagining Madeline Kahn from Clue, just flames on the side. Flames?
Yes.
Flames?
Difficulty 7.
Yeah, difficulty 6.
Oh, 6. So 2.
Okay.
Nice.
So you're not happy, but you're calming
down because I know that it's what she's with Killian, and I know Killian will keep her safe, but she's beyond livid right now.
So
I'm gonna go to that meeting.
So she says, you need to go right now.
I'm sorry about your plants. I'll
She's like,
replace them.
I need to, and while you're out, find me replacements.
I will.
This
And I'm gonna take a
ficus
picture.
you
I can't take a
violated.
picture. I don't have a phone now.
And
Yeah.
she looks at her wall, and you're getting plaster. Phones are not meant to hang there. We don't put them on the wall anymore, let alone embed cell phones in them. So, plaster,
You're right.
replacement plants. I'm going to burn some sage to get the yuck out of here at this point. Go to your meeting and come back with the stuff, please.
Okay. So on her, she's gonna leave. She's gonna slam a couple doors on her way out. And
On your way out, she's like, "Hey,
they're not plants." So she'll get in, and first thing she's gonna do is she's gonna find like a Circle K or like a grocery store and get a burner phone.
Oh, okay.
And add hinges to your list.
And add what?
Hinges.
Hinges.
Sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
Circle K really doesn't carry that anymore, but Walmart is open at this
Yeah,
hour,
like Walmart,
and you can
Walgreens,
definitely go to Walmart.
any of those, places. Grumbling the whole time, pays cash, leaves.
Sure.
Yeah,
you got the resources for it. I'm not too worried about it. So by the time you get to the meeting, you're already maybe a half hour late at this point. So I'll let you know when you get there.
That's fine.
Okay, so the rest of you have all made it to the office space at the cannery. It's a little bit busier than usual, as the Papa John's that's here looks like they've got a good bit of foot traffic. Maybe they're running some pizza promo or something, but otherwise everything's still pretty quiet in this area. You guys walk on the inside of the property. Follow that corridor that goes in between all the offices into the office space that's been designated for this cannery place where you guys are now holding your meetings. All of you are currently here except for Damaris.
Jerome, do I have my new phone?
Yes, you do.
Okay, cool.
Reeves just, sits at a chair, swinging his leg back slowly, looking at Ben.
So what's new?
Yeah, so first off, so Ben gets up and walks over and he hands you like a manila folder with a bunch of papers inside it. And he goes, "It's information for Roxy DeSantos, care of Detective Rumbus and the Ashland PD's resources. The background check for you. I can go over the highlights, though. It's a lot to parse through. So, yeah. Regarding Roxy, in Boston, turns out she was a delinquent criminal most of her life. Had a sealed juvie record, which means she got in trouble as a kid and, well, kept doing that as an adult. And since the early 2000s, about past 20 years or so, she's been committing crimes of all sorts in Boston, getting charged for it, caught. But then all the charges get dropped. In fact, after that happens, she ends up countersuing the city of Boston, and they almost always settle for huge dollar amounts, like stupidly large amounts. All told, through settlements and one court case that got her half of what she got, in the past 2 decades, she's amassed about $50 million from the city of Boston. I
Oh
can
my
tell you
gosh.
right now, that's impossible to do that normally. If you look through the information there, like the charges and everything, it's all BS. And there's no way she could have this track record just by
And,
herself.
and we cannot have her doing that here in Ashland.
Obviously. What sort of crimes?
Fortunately, nothing huge, at least that she was found for. So no murders, anything like that. But aggravated assault, a little bit of robbery, trying to run from police. So typical thug-ish type of stuff. And she gets caught, but almost seems like she plans this because she knows she can
Get out of it.
probably, yeah, exactly. It seems like she can do like what you and I can do or what Ventrue can do, and she's just messing with people's minds and getting them to settle for millions of bucks at a time or convincing courtrooms to side with her when
Okay.
she doesn't have a case.
Well, that's good to know that she clearly has resources and is not afraid to use them.
I did have an idea on how to find out why Ashland when she could have gone anywhere. I think we were all in agreement it has to do something with Colin. But I thought about using Trish to find out exactly why she's here. I had suggested we're in a wire, but Ben thinks that we could probably either do it by you doing your out of body thing, or I can, if we can get me an owl, I can use that to spy on them and to listen to their conversation as Trish pulls out of her why she's here.
I'd be okay with either of those. I'm sure somebody can find you an owl.
And I thought maybe we could have some kind of exhibit. I like Ben's idea because it would draw her out since it has to do with Colin. of maybe having kind of like an art show of his metalwork.
I'm sorry, I'm feeling a little lost. Who is this person? Why do they have a thing for Colin? I mean, I get it, but what is.
Roxy is an ex of his. They sort of grew up together, sort of on the streets in Boston. She got into some stuff that he was not okay with, and he turned her loose. And my understanding is she may never have forgiven him for that. Anyway, he made his way here. She is also a sorcerer, and I encountered her with Colin at the shoot, what's it called?
Bizarre.
The Midnight Augury.
The Midnight Augury. Evidently, the others encountered her a subsequent time and let it slip that they were from Ashland. And
Trish invited her to join us here. And she's now here.
Reva's
And
kind of
there's a rumor that she's also an infernalist.
Yeah, it's hard to say what she's into right now, but she's powerful. I mean, if she can just keep getting people to agree with whatever she says, even if it's nonsense, that's strong.
And now she has the control of the Sanguine Tears, which, if you really think
Southside
about it,
Souls.
or Side So sorry. Either way, it's still not a very good thing.
Isn't she the one you guys said made a bargain with Trish of some type?
Not sure if there was any type of bargaining that went on, but it seems like they're more chummy than Roxy with anybody else. So there's something there between her and Trish. Although it doesn't seem like she's making Trish do anything at the moment, from what we can tell.
has anybody been keeping eyes on Trish?
Well, yeah. Right now, I know exactly where she's at.
So she's not disappearing at weird hours, or
No.
I don't know,
We can tell.
speaking in tongues or something. I don't know.
She was speaking in tongues. I mean, we would just have her hear steaks. We wouldn't be having a conversation. I'd just show you.
And right
She
then,
is speaking Latin,
as
though.
you guys are discussing this and hashing it out, the door comes flying open, and Damaris is there. But Damaris has Yosemite Sam hair right now. Just like hair kind of going a couple of different directions, but all pointed drastically. Just kind of like...
Is she firing guns into the ground?
Some of it's in dreads, some of it isn't,
Basically, Damaris, when you got here, you had one more kind of screaming fit. You basically did a Cameron from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. You got into your car, pulled into park, and just started beating the hell out of your steering wheel. Just like...
And now she needs to get a new steering wheel?
No.
At the Plant Mart?
Oh, when she gets in the car, before she does drive off, after she does the whole second screaming fit, she's gonna get onto like a Home Depot app and do like a pickup delivery.
Okay.
For plaster and stuff, for like tomorrow pickup or something. She'll have
Gotcha.
her pool do
That'll
it.
work.
And then a bunch of plants.
Okay.
And then she's flying open. She stomps in, looks around. Is there blood anywhere? Or like drinks?
Nope.
No. She grumbles.
Hello, Damaris.
Anybody have any spiked blood?
Not on me? Is everything okay?
No, everything is not okay.
What's going on?
Fucking Bastion.
Again? He's back?
Oh
Thought
no,
he
he's
was-
not back. He took Dahlia back to Arizona, or where is it? Right, Arizona, and turned her Sabat.
I'm confused now. Why would Dahlia go with Sebastian?
Bastion was Carlos, her boyfriend,
What?
the whole fucking time.
I don't think I've met Carlos. Did
As
we
she
meet
says
Carlos?
this, she is
I
just
met him.
stomping every word.
I met him. I read his aura. He was very milquetoast.
Revis just kind of looks at her and goes, "Gee, kind of like my aura."
Great.
And his name
Not
is
helping.
John C.
Okay. Oh, is she lost to us? Is she brainwashed? Is she okay? Is she alive? Did they eat her?
She's gonna pull up the pictures on her phone and just go like that.
Revis takes out his phone, pushes record.
She's not gonna do that. As soon as you do that, she's not gonna.
Would you have the photos though? Because you destroyed your phone and you're using a.
Oh, that's
burn-
right. That's
Oh,
true.
that's
You couldn't
true.
even do that.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's true. I don't
Yeah,
have
you
the.
didn't stop to get your SIM card.
Okay. Sorry. I have proof, but she is alive. She is with Killian. That's the only consolation that I have out of this. And no, it wasn't at his doing. Because it completely defeats.
So why would he allow that to happen?
I get the feeling he didn't have much of a choice.
So this sounds pretty bad. Like,
It is bad.
yeah, because like, is it possible that the reason that they've sniped her away from us is because of her whole zombie fungus thing? Do we have to be worrying? Do we have to be wearing gas
Well,
mask now?
yes, you should be worried, and I didn't think of that before.
Yeah,
So
because
that
we
makes more sense
kinda-
why Bastion would be fascinated. Wouldn't that be a great addition to the Sabat?
Oh boy.
Well, that and the fact that we hit his people with exploding rats.
You know what? I really don't think he cared about them all that much. He's
Well,
a
then
very
now-
selfish individual.
Did
It's more than-
anyone we hit with rats actually make it out, though?
we booked it before we could find out, because there was a bunch of them that we couldn't deal with, like the guy who Falcon punched Ben.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, and ripped off a couple of my tendrils.
I cannot believe he did, and I didn't see the signs of it, and I know there were.
But Bastion's
Well,
the guy
that's
that
great.
She's
He's the
not
g-
going to be back anytime soon.
but Bastion's the guy that you gave the
Hmm.
the skin to, right? So isn't that like, wasn't the agreement that he would never come back?
Doesn't have to.
They
now,
were
does he?
dating while they were already here.
Well,
But did
I'm
you know he was Sebastian?
So are they?
Bastion,
are they?
not Sebastian.
Or, well,
Sorry, she's
whatever
snapping
his
at
name
you,
is.
character.
Are they actually dating, or was that all a ruse too? Did
I
he trick her?
don't know. I
Did
mean,
she know he was
moved in with him. I don't think so. She moved in with him, so he had to have lured her away somehow. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if, I mean, Sabat do Valdry to get closer.
Does anyone know where he lived? We could go check out his house. I could touch a few things.
I do know his apartment, but honestly, I doubt that it's even. What's the point anymore?
even
He's
if we
already
went,
back in Arizona.
there's also a chance he could like trap it
Mm.
in case we came looking.
That's true.
Hmm.
That's highly likely.
But like, now that they have the skin, they're gonna leave us alone at least, or at least he will.
Yeah, I mean that's still the deal, but he just had to have the last fucking word.
But he
I
has
mean-
Go and do
D.
that.
I mean, I'm like this is definitely a kick in the ghoulies. It's just
Oh yeah,
I'm
it's kicking
yeah,
my ovaries over. Like, yeah,
yeah.
I'm pissed.
I'm also just worried that, we're gonna have to worry about chemical warfare coming our way
You
and
should be.
all of the people that are gonna die because of like another
But-
mess.
Do you think that Dolly would actually do that to us?
She joined the Sabbat though. Like,
Okay, here's the thing. If you are when you join they do the Valdries. I know that you guys haven't participated in those yourselves, but the Valdries are designed to share blood amongst each other so that you become closer to people. Would not surprise me in the least if they have already Valdried and have bound themselves to each other.
I need everybody to give me a wits and perception check. Or no, sorry, wits and alertness check, difficulty 8.
uh-oh.
Wits and alertness.
There's a rat in the room.
Yeah, exactly.
You think?
Difficulty 8.
Difficulty 8.
What's it? Alertness.
Alertness.
1.
Failure.
All right.
At least I didn't botch this time.
Okay, so I have 4. Okay.
Ooh.
During this whole time, Henri would just kind of be sitting in the corner. He's got a sketch pad and he's very, very interested in sketching something. So like he's just sketching and he looks up at like the conversation and he's just confused on what the heck's going on, but then he'll just shrug and go right back to sketching again.
Okay.
Oh, can I use my reroll? I'm
That was wow, that didn't work well.
If you want to use your reroll, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, I rolled 7 dice and oh god. I'm gonna use it now.
Okay, go ahead.
This is probably important.
Right.
Okay, that works better. 2 successes.
Yeah, I don't think I have.
Okay.
Perception and alertness?
Wits and alertness.
Wits and alertness.
Difficulty.
Where? Don't switch.
Okay, there we go. 1 success. Oh.
Specialty
You
is
got 1
high.
success.
Yeah.
On the wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again.
So
Yeah,
okay,
well, it was
so,
better than the failure.
Persephone failed. Damaris got 1. Remus got 2. Remus got 1. Henri got 2. Benjamin?
0. None.
Nada. Okay. All right. Henri and Revis. At the mention of Valdery, and when Damaris first starts going in talking about, oh, well, I know you guys don't know anything about Valdery, you guys end up seeing Sophie get a little uncomfortable.
Do I notice that?
Only Revis and Henri.
Okay.
Revis
So-
thinks back and recalls a prior conversation where, and it is mind, not vocal, mind you, Sophie admitted that there were 4 or 5 of them that did participate in a Valdery. And it was way back in time. And he goes, oh, yeah, one of us knows a lot more about it than she's saying.
Who's near me? I'm like in the corner of the room over here. Like who's near me?
The filing cabinet.
Oh, then
Yeah, Sophie's probably like in the middle or like at the head of the table or whatever.
Yeah, you're in a corner all by yourself. You've got like a water cooler to one side and a filing cabinet to another. This is not a terribly big room.
Okay. I don't.
But look, the power
Okay.
of the blood is strong, and it wouldn't surprise me if they've already tried to strengthen that bond, especially knowing the relation between myself and Killian
So
and the bad blood between Bastion and myself.
does she remember anything?
I haven't been able to talk to her yet.
No, I mean, this process that they go through, do they still have their own minds?
Yes, they do.
So she would
It's
have
more of
all
a
her
ritual.
knowledge.
Yes, she would. She would retain that.
You would think that she would have tried to get away knowing everything she does about the Sabbat and what you
Yeah,
had to go through.
It does make me wonder if she was willing or if she was coerced.
She may be,
I
she may be in love with him. It's a
look
love
at.
is a crazy thing. So I don't know.
Is there any way to reach out to her directly?
She's all I know is that she's with my sire at the moment. And I know that he will look after her. That's the only, again, consolation that I have out of this. And as far as I know, she's gonna be okay. But oh god, just
Okay,
She's
so
in the Sabbat. That she's not going to be okay.
they're not
This-
gonna let her go.
this sounds like one of those time and distance things where resources get applied. Obviously, none of us are going to rush off to do anything at this point, correct?
Can't.
That was going to be my next question. Is that something that we should or could do?
Are we really going to go after Bastion after we
No.
essentially signed an agreement that there wouldn't
No.
be any more fights?
No, I'm
No,
not going after Bastion anymore.
I don't want to go after him. I was talking about going after her.
Well,
You
but
Yeah,
can't.
but to go after her, we have to go after him.
No.
yeah, they're a package deal now, and
Well, yeah, they're a pack.
I am going to tell you as an executive decision on that. No offense, Baron, but I do not want to go after her right now.
it
I
doesn't
will
sound
not
like
go after her right now, personally. Let me put it that way.
Revis looks at you and goes, "Kudos."
I agree. I think if anything we need to start preparing for, because she's scary. Them having her, that's not good, and we know how well the Sabbat keep their promises.
We at least know what she can do. We've seen exactly how it works. We know how to protect against it. And if we hear about something weird where people are getting sick from a fungus, we know exactly what's going on and can start dealing with it. So it's
Yeah,
not
'cause
like we're oblivious.
She did
Yeah.
show us how to counter it.
Yeah, but it's still I'm
I'm not
worried
saying
about
it's great, but
yeah, no, I know. It's just I'm already thinking about how can we make sure that if we do, if these rats or the whatever they choose, they choose Dobermans next time. When we need to catch it, we need to catch it quick. We need to be ready to get the whole city involved because it's not like who comes up with this stuff.
Okay,
Well-
so is there an institution that would handle this sort of crisis if it came to Ashland?
CDC.
CDC.
In the
Can
feds.
we get our hooks
military.
into there? I
Gonna
mean, a
have
local
to.
one. A local one.
We're gonna have to.
Health department?
CDC.
We
Health
need-
departments are inept.
And Steph's gonna look at Remus. Since you've already got your foot in the door, maybe that's something you should expand on.
I mean, I've got a blood bank, but I can just maybe see if I can find
Expanding.
like some. Yeah, well, it's more of like how to do it, but I'll try to think of some things.
All right.
In the meantime, you think Killian would keep you / us informed on anything that happens with her?
I think I will have to be the one to initiate the contact if I want to know how she's doing. So, yeah, I think that contact's going to be a bit limited right now.
Would you
I'm so
mind
sorry that this happened, Damaris.
checking in every now and then?
I have no choice but to do that. I have to trust that Killian is looking out for his clan.
Yeah, that's a big deal to you, right? Your clan is
Everything.
okay.
I liked her too. That's
Yeah.
I did too. She was very nice.
She's. I hope that the influence that she's going to be around will not alter her too badly, but maybe it's also a good experience for her.
So do you
to
think
learn.
that she's a complete loss then?
No, I don't.
yeah, great
But I'm-
experience that's going to be.
Well, you know what? I have experience with it. I'm on this side now.
Yep. Right. Yeah, you're on this side now, having experienced it. Exactly my point. But it's not. It's
And
not your. Sorry.
And
And
I've
it
only
was
had my big toe
definitely
in it, and I didn't enjoy the experience.
and it was
Look, it's
definitely
not
an
going to be pleasant
ordeal
for her.
to get out.
She's going to go through some stuff. There's just no way around it. She's going to go through some stuff, and she's just going to have to endure it.
And
So
there's
if
no way that
anyone
she
ever
could
sees
run.
Bastion again, call me. We just get him. Just,
I mean,
no more of this pussyfooting around. Let's make deals with Sabad and no, we just get rid of him because
I
then
mean,
this
well,
happens.
I mean, if he can look like anybody, like, because he was making him, like, he was in the same room as Damaris and nobody knew. Like, he could be,
He
he
was
could be a
playing the
guy.
long game.
Yeah, if he
That-
wanted to.
That reminds me. Oh, wait, Revis, you were going to say something?
Well, he kind of looks over and goes, there are lots of kindred that can do what he did. It's not that unusual ability. So if you're thinking it's something inexplicable or that others don't have ways of defending against it, there are. Get a little bit older.
Okay. And so, old man, are you going to give us some ideas of how to deal with this? Are we going to just put security cameras everywhere?
No, see, I wouldn't have put myself in that place to begin with, George. You guys have humanity.
My
I do
name is
not.
Remus. Who's
Oh,
George?
I'm sorry. I slip out of character. Yeah. Remus, I wouldn't have done it to begin with. I abided by the majority's will, as I was requested to do. So please remember that. My answer was a little bit different than the one you took.
All right. Well, it doesn't really save anything other than just being like, yeah, no, it's not that unusual. My point is,
You feel
Bastion.
insecure. I get it.
It's not. It's nothing. It's. I am worried about the safety of this city.
Yeah, because we've got Infernalist Roxy on this side, and now Crazy Sabat Dahlia on this side.
Don't know she's crazy yet.
It's just the same thing on a different day. It always amazes me that you get so upset about it.
All right, what was your answer going to be, Revis?
My answer? I don't know that there is one at this point. I already said I approve of what she has as a course of action. We are, if you don't think that they're not sitting there somewhere along those highways waiting for us to do something stupid, like travel to their domain?
Not going to
Seriously?
No.
That's easy. All they got to do is get hold of a couple of Sabat nomad packs and say, hey, patrol up and down this. We think there's some dumb anarchs that are going to try and go visit us.
Okay.
I think just leave her there for now. That's all we can do. She's alive. I know it. She's with somebody that obviously I trust and a whole clan I distrust. Or not clan, but a whole faction I distrust. But I'm going to put my trust in the one person that I know is not going to screw my clan over. So
he kind of looks over at you. He goes, you realize at some point they're going to consider ransoming her back to you at a cost. You should be prepared for that.
I do realize that. But I'm also not on humanity either.
I applaud your decision.
Okay.
Remus, give me a self-control check.
Who?
Yep. Remus.
Oh.
Okay.
Difficulty 6.
Okay.
Look, sacrifices have to be made. I know she's alive. She's still in clan. She's fine.
Come out to the coast. Have a few laughs.
Difficulty 6, you said?
Difficulty 6.
Okay. Watch.
Oh.
Did you really?
Oh no. Oh
4
no.
to 1.
So, where Damaris turns around and says, basically, I'm not on humanity either. Remus takes a moment, with all, and you have potence of what again?
Potence 3.
3. Okay. So he, with that, at that comment, he loses it, flips the desk, like just like paperwork and junk go flying, and he lunges in to attack Damaris. We're in
Okay.
combat rounds at this point.
Okay.
Oh,
What am I rolling?
Right now, we need to decide initiative order. So
Okay.
everybody
So
needs
me and
no.
him.
no,
Yeah.
well, it's anybody who's acting, so it's going to be wits and dexterity and 1d10.
Wits,
Dex.
dexterity, and a D10. Okay.
Okay.
17.
Also 17.
So did I roll a 2 and then I add?
You don't roll. For the
Oh, I
time
don't?
being, you are an NPC.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
11.
Okay, sorry. Dex, wits,
And a
plus
D10 roll. Yep.
So that's
Dex, wits. Yep. 11.
14.
I rolled a 10, so 17.
Nice.
Yeah, you and I both got 17.
Okay, so
okay. I'm brain farting how to roll my freaking.
Just for a D10 /R space 1D10.
Or
or
/MN.
take a swig
one.
of Pepto-Bismol first to solve the fart.
So 13.
Okay, so at this point, Remus and Damaris will be acting at the same time. Anybody who is above a 13 can act first. At this point, you see Remus lunging. Remus doesn't have any claws out or anything, but he's lunging angrily at Damaris.
I
He is
am
baring his
going
fangs.
to
It's okay. She could use a fight.
I'm going to try to use dominate and tell him to stop.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. You're at what, 17?
Yeah.
Okay. Sophie?
I'm gonna do Majesty.
Majesty. Worship his majesty. So go ahead and you know what?
I don't have to roll.
Yeah, you don't have to roll.
Do we get to roll anything to resist it?
Everybody in
Yes.
the room is going to have to roll to resist it
Yep.
because you're all
Okay.
too close.
Yep.
Basically, Sophie just
So what are we rolling?
becomes too much Sophie for the room, and everyone's all, ah! It's
Yep,
too
that's a
willpower.
glorious.
Yeah.
Am I rolling that, Jerome, or are you going to roll it for
I
me?
will take care of it.
Okay.
So what are we rolling for that?
You
Willpower?
are rolling your courage versus my charisma and intimidation. So
So just courage. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm okay with
6,
that.
difficulty 6.
I have 5 in courage, so.
Thank you for
Is
looking
that correct,
up.
Jerome?
What's that?
Just courage for the rolls?
Yep.
So courage difficulty 6.
Yep.
Yes.
I got 2.
I got 3.
Sophie
Wait,
needs
why does
to
that
be-
say difficulty 4? Never mind.
Nice. 3 successes.
Why does that say difficulty?
Sophie
think I
needs to
meant
be
to-
more intimidating.
One
Oh,
success.
I see why.
I did
Clearly,
get
I need more intimidation.
2 successes on command.
Okay. The command fails.
Yep.
Sophie, it doesn't look like anybody is buying it, but
Oh man,
you are primo.
my impotent majesty.
Ben,
Everyone-
who else is on 17?
I am too. So Ben's just doing this the old-fashioned way. He's burning 2 blood, 1 for potence, 1 for celerity, and he's going to stake Remus.
I was just gonna quell him, man.
Okay,
Old habits die hard.
that's fine. Then
Oh,
you have a
man.
chance to go ahead and strike. So go
Like
ahead and
deja
roll to
vu.
stake. Staking is, I believe, at difficulty 7 because it's a called target.
Yeah, I forget.
But you're spending blood for your potence, so it's automatically 4 or 5, however much you have to your potence for damage.
Yep. Okay. So then we've got melee and dex. There it is. Okay.
What?
That's crazy. I am gonna. Do I have a reroll?
I will give you a reroll.
Yeah, I don't have any rerolls.
I will give you a reroll. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, let's not accidentally botch stake me.
Yeah.
Okay, so
nobody
some
worried
points have
about
been
Remus.
redeemed. Dale, you can roll one more time.
Nice. And this time I will spend a willpower for an auto success.
Good job.
Okay. And you're adding your celerity to your melee attack, correct?
Well, no, because I burned a blood to activate celerity,
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm using the extra actions.
So you have extra actions. Cool. No problem.
He's gonna stick him. Bam, bam, bam.
This made I might have to try several times. Wow. Okay.
Oh.
So then technically
What?
1 success from the willpower spent.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa. That was
would
as
take
bad
it
as my
to
rolls
give you.
before. Oh my
Wow.
god.
Okay, so
You need to buy a new dice roller.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, we need to
That's
put this one
happening too
in
many
in
times.
Dicebot jail.
Yeah. We need a dice bot jail.
hold on 1 second.
Try turning it off and
Oh,
on
that's
again.
The parameters are set to Sophie rolls.
No!
Oh no!
I'm kidding.
No!
I brought the wizard in to cast it.
Don't fix it.
Nice.
Okay, so that is enough. That's enough to hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
That's gonna hurt.
No!
That's gonna hurt.
Let's see here. So I've already got 3 automatic for the potence, so now rolling this. Does
Oh,
a
you only
state...
have 3 potence?
Yeah, 3
Oh
potence.
wow, I thought you had more potence than that. Okay.
Yeah,
Can
not,
you teach
yeah,
me
not quite.
potence, please?
Does a stake do anything extra?
It
Stake.
does actually. A stake does +1 strength.
Sweet. Okay. Okay, so that's 3. So that's going to be a total of 6 successes with his potence.
Woo. Okay. So
And my bulletproof vest doesn't stop a stake, right?
we're gonna say you didn't have your bulletproof vest on for the time
Oh.
being.
I assume
However,
any-
it's lethal, so you can still attempt. You still have your stamina plus fortitude to check it. So it's
Okay.
7 dice to potentially block it. 5, 6, 7. Go ahead and roll.
I'm gonna assume anytime I ever go out to do anything with these guys, I'm gonna be wearing it.
That's fair.
Wait, it sounds like you don't trust us.
I don't.
No,
Oh,
it's the other people that are coming after us that he doesn't trust.
Yeah, you guys cause a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Remus is a good boy. He never hurt nobody.
Not anymore.
Nice.
It's his
No,
his
you just
second
ate
day.
somebody.
It's the second day.
Yeah, and we're cool now.
Okay. Just checking one other thing real quick here. Just want to make sure I'm doing my due
Oh,
diligence
did you need me?
here.
Did you need me to roll or?
No. I told you you're an NPC for the time being. Zip it.
Yeah.
Well, I know that's like I was just drinking water, making jokes. I was like, wait, should I have been
Sit
rolling?
down and enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not. I didn't want to botch.
Okay.
These are digital
You
dice. I
know,
never
a
trusted
fair
them.
number of us get
Here
NPC'd
we
a
go.
fair bit of the time.
Shh.
Oh, yeah.
Be quiet. You do not want Revis being NPC'd.
Gotcha. All right,
Oh
so
dear. Oh dear.
I'm glad I reread that. And you did how much damage?
6.
That was 6.
Okay.
Oh.
So basically, this is what happens here. So, Ben was not quite as fast as he wanted to be.
Oh no.
So his angle of trajectory was wrong with the staking attack, right? So he's all, so he ends up getting like, he has to like swing almost all the way around, and he's almost like one arm hugging Remus as he drives the stake in, but the force of the impact helped him correct the staking because he did so god awful damage, and because you still ended up doing 5 and you needed 3 to stake him. So
Nice.
he ends up going boom, and then drives the stake into the side, paralyzing Remus, and then like holding him up with his other arm, like right into Ben's body.
So he got staked into the side instead of into the front.
Correct.
I mean, still works.
There's a busted
Oh
river too.
gosh.
After that, Ben spends a couple of seconds letting the rest of his celerity fade away, and then he goes ahead and carries Remus over to like another chair, puts him in there, and rolls him off to like the side, just so that he's like as comfortable as possible.
And Remus, FYI, these are all lethal damage, so you will be able to heal them 1 point per point.
Okay. So how
Does-
much
Can
damage
you-
did I take?
Can you
You took
heal while you're
5.
staked?
5? Okay.
No, you cannot heal
Does-
when you're stake.
Does staking take them out of frenzy? I forgot.
But that's a great question, since
You know what?
nobody here
Never mind.
seems to know in character. Ben, would you like to just go ahead and take him out?
No.
Or would you like to leave
No.
that to Revis, since Revis is the one that likes to unstake people?
No.
Heck no. Yeah, anybody
I-
comes
No.
close to
I
that,
will
Remus
try to
has.
quell-
I have a modification for that from now on. I changed into my form and I just kind of wrap myself around him.
oh,
Well, it gives
God.
them a nice little hug.
I
No,
want
I
to
was
give them
going
a
to
hug.
quell
A
him.
nice
Try to
cold
quell him
hug.
first before we unstake him.
Are you going to try to quell the beast?
Yeah, I'm gonna quell
Sure.
him to
So
bring
just reach
him
out
down.
and touch him. Go
Yeah.
ahead and make that roll.
Which I haven't used this in a while. So what is that?
1 sec. Do quell the beast.
Probably.
I always hated that when I played Gangrel.
Why?
That's-
So quell
I
the
had to use
beast
it on
is
me
going
a
to
lot.
require you to make a manipulation and intimidation check, since you were
Okay.
attempting to force the beast down through fear.
What's animal?
Oops. Hold on. Let me do that again.
And it's a difficulty 7, by the way.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you can keep the roll, just note the difference.
I didn't even
yeah, I didn't say.
space 7. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh,
Ooh,
nice.
Nice.
Oh, Rachel, if you type a word like after you do the numbers, it'll essentially
Oh,
count the crit too.
I didn't know that. Oh well.
Yeah.
But she's gonna touch you and just sort of hopefully you can hear her. I know you hate that I'm not as humane as you, but it can save your butt sometimes too. So, and then she'll.
So the question is
Back
now,
up.
how long you guys going to leave Remus staked?
After she does that, Ben's gonna read his aura to see how he feels.
Oh, good call.
I was gonna do it if he didn't.
Okay, well, go ahead and make your aura perception checks. That is.
You know what? Based on his role, maybe I should do it too.
That's what perception and empathy.
Hey,
I think
you're right. No, you're
What is it?
Just
yeah,
saying.
perception and empathy. Yeah.
difficulty 8.
Perception, empathy.
Damaris, when you do that, I'm gonna walk up next to you and I'm like, have you done the quell?
Have I what?
Have you done the quell for him?
1 success.
Yes.
Is it
Ooh.
Okay.
is it effective? Because I know this ability as well.
So Sophie,
It
Sophie got
should
0.
bring him down.
Ben, he seems to be kind of unnaturally chill.
Should I try as well?
No,
So-
I don't think a double whammy of that is a good idea.
So after,
You might leave him drooling at the mouth.
Yeah, so after
Double
Philippe does
Xanax.
her thing, then Ben goes, well, his aura's looking calmer. He's just very chill now, so it seems like
Oh,
it's
good.
worked.
Well, I'll grab
Well-
the steak and yank it out
Okay.
before they even get a chance to.
Whoop. Okay, so Remus, you're in a lot of pain right now. But thankfully, the plank of wood has been removed from your heart and chest, the side, anyways, the rib cavity. It did puncture a lung, so talking is a little exasperated until you get the chance to heal all that.
Okay.
But otherwise, you are probably the most mellow you've ever been. But somebody forced you into it, so it's not a comfortable mellow to you.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna hand the
but you
steak
don't have
back
to
to
worry
Ben.
about being like angry or anything. However, your back feels a little funny.
My back?
Yeah.
Oh, I got another.
Oh, he got a treat.
Yep, lost control.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Gangrel.
Now he's a dragon or a shark.
Yeah, they keep getting. I'm gonna turn into a chimera.
You
The
got
sweetest,
cat wings.
the sweetest chimera that ever did bite people.
Don't grow a goat out of your back.
A whole
I
goat.
mean,
Don't
He's gonna
don't
be a
grow
chupacabra.
a bullfrog sack,
I mean,
and don't grow a baboon's buttocks.
I mean, in fairness, I wasn't like, oh boy, I can't wait to frenzy. It's just
Yeah.
these dang
Revis-
digital dice.
Revis would look over at Ben and go, Ben, we still haven't told her.
No, right. I mean, had to deal with this first. Remus, sorry about that. I'll take you out for some drinks after you get healed up, kid pal.
Effectively, you're at full blood right now, Remus. So I'm not going to enforce rounds. So if you want to heal everything up, it just takes 5 points.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that because I want to be able to talk.
Tell who what?
Yeah, so I was letting you know through text about Autumn Health Systems.
Oh yeah, you went to see Noah.
Right. Yeah, so Seth, Revis, and I took a trip to the web, talked to Noah. You let us know if you think.
Was there dancing?
Well, it was interesting because Noah mentioned something about cairns and woods burning down and treaties with the lycanthropes. It was very illuminating talking to Noah.
We haven't revisited that area in a while. But sorry. Continue what you were saying.
Right. So he let us know things have been going down at Autumn Health. First off, Riskel Shade is no more.
Who? Riskel.
The president guy?
Yep.
Come in,
Whose
you
house we
royal
went to,
boob.
who
Oh,
rebuilt the old Anarch Haven and then made some kind of a TV land farce out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I
That
don't have
guy?
to deal with him anymore.
What happened to his the people that lived there with him?
That's a good question. Honestly,
Maybe-
didn't dive that much into
Maybe we ought
that
to
house.
check that out.
So I mean, so that's one thing to look at. But
Okay.
really, what was going on was the reason why he went away forever is because things were going wrong. That company went belly up.
Oh,
They're
sad.
bankrupt. Yeah, I know, right? Although it could be sad because of their bankruptcy, they're selling off stuff, and it turns out after we went and checked the place out, it's filled with some nasty things. Ryan has got some of that mojo when it comes to spirits, and he himself has found out that it's filled with these bad spirits. The wolves
boy.
apparently call them banes.
it's another psych ward. incident?
Yeah,
Um,
and he mentioned something about black spiral dancers. These are the
motion to set it on fire.
Well,
well,
that's
we talked
She
about
raises
that.
her hand.
yeah, no, I'd be with you. I'd be with you. But apparently that might not do it, especially after what Rivas managed to find. Do you want to talk about that, Rivas?
Well, no, I don't, but we're going to anyhow. It depends. I found the security team and the security center, and I sat there for a while and was entertained by a lot of things. But the most entertaining screen was the one all the way on the right, where I got to watch the mad scientist still performing experiments. That was incredibly illuminating, as according to our visit to the web, they weren't supposed to be doing mad science experiments anymore. In addition to that, I overheard the guards talking about the great white ape that was still alive and imprisoned down there, as well as the lycanthrope they wanted to shoot with silver bullets.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Oh, I'm not done yet. In addition to all of that, my good friend, the kind of freaky Sombra, discovered that the entrance to the lovely lab is a bank vault door with some sort of biometric lock on it. And even if you could get to that, you still had to penetrate the biological hard plastic, I'm assuming it's like Lexan or something, wall that prevented you from reaching that lock. Because apparently they're afraid whatever's in there is going to leak out.
Yeah. So we're
This
talking
is-
science experiments to the extreme
This is
down there.
wonderful news.
So he, I don't know, he used black spiral dancer, which we found out are the bad werewolves,
mhm.
and then these experiments are called four. Do you remember?
Well, what do you call the creepy things?
Yeah. The,
Fami?
so I can't remember now. Um,
That term was
form
never
something.
used. Yeah,
Huh?
that term was never used at last game.
I thought it was.
Nope.
Oh, okay, then never mind.
Like Brittany knows what that term is, but Sophie has never heard it before. So
Yeah.
So all that said, we took that info back to Noah. He's saying that he and his people are gonna come up with a plan to deal with that, because apparently you got to do special things to get rid of the Banes, and there's those creatures down there. Oh,
And we don't want to be there when they do the cleansing.
right. Because
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that part.
that could
They're going
probably
to cleanse it,
yeah.
right.
which involves, like, if you're a vampire, I guess you die.
Well, rude. Okay, so they do not want our help on that. I guess we're on standby. If
For
anything
now.
should escape.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt they're just going to suddenly let things escape. It seemed like a relatively lax security team. A bunch of them are in the dark. They use pretty general guards on the first floor and guarding around the opening, the exits and all that. They got a lot of cameras, so it's at least watched. So if anything does happen, it's going to be known, but they wouldn't want to let those things go. But we've got to deal with this soon, because a lot of that stuff is apparently going to be sold. And
honey,
yeah.
we were supposed to tell Ryan when we had a meeting, and I just remembered. Remember, he had one of those things in the gourd.
That's right. Yeah, he's
He
got
was-
this special trinket where he can actually pull Banes into it, or at least one of them, and then he can like talk to him, interrogate him, get information from him and stuff.
And
maybe
then
we should call him and have him
destroy
show up.
them?
Yeah, we can call him. He apparently he said he knew how to destroy it. That's probably what he's going to do after talking to it. But yeah, let me see if we can get him over here. So Ben goes ahead and sends Ryan a text saying, "Hey, having a meet with the others. You want to join and talk about what we saw at Autumn Health?
Sure. Address?
Goes ahead and sends the address.
Okay. He just says he'll be there in about 20.
Right. Be here in 20 minutes.
Okay. By the way, are you sure that he's like on the up and up? Because he seems really a little bit strange to me.
Strange, huh?
Just, I don't know, disappearing, and like he has all those weird powers, and that, like, I'm not familiar with anything that he's able to do.
Well,
It just seems really weird.
he did admit that he could shadow walk.
Yeah, and that's how he disappears. I actually watched him disappear.
Is that a La Sombra thing?
No clue.
Seems like it. I mean, according
Yeah.
to what he's been doing, how long he's been around, seems like he's been focusing on figuring out how to use his powers more than anything else. So,
How long has he been around?
well, he said he was turned back in the 90s, so he's got a few decades on him, and he hasn't spent that much time like hanging out with everyone else. So he's had time to just kind of practice. Where he
He's
gets
got
his
an-
other stuff, though, it seems like that came mostly from his human days, because he was saying he was a security guard, but he was doing that stuff with actual Native American tribes, working security.
Yeah.
He's got a lot
Right.
of interesting trinkets.
We could talk
I like him.
about it when he comes over.
Well, if you, I don't know, just keep an eye on him, I guess. Make sure he doesn't do anything suspicious.
If he seems like Bastion, I'll just stake him and let all the rest of you know.
Okay.
I'll bet he'll present an interesting challenge. It probably would
don't
be a
really-
race between your celerity and his shadow walk.
I don't really want to have to fight him if it's all the same to you all.
That's fine.
Oh, but just out of game for a second, did the Majesty still up or down?
You know what? That is a good question. I guess I will drop it since it was not very effective.
Okay.
And the threat is passed.
I was just mentioning that because if someone enters the room and you still got it up, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah,
I mean, I'd be okay with that. There are worse things for them to walk in on. I lost somebody.
Rachel is off camera right now, and
That is-
George is having some
Oh,
bandwidth
George.
issues.
Okay, there we go. Oh, okay. Is there any other news?
As far as news, no. But
Club opens tomorrow.
Would you like attendees to join?
You're all welcome to come and stop by.
Ben leans over to Seth. You want to head back to your old stopping grounds there?
She doesn't say anything.
He puts his arm around Seth's shoulders.
Could be fun to break out my old goth gear.
Well, you can wear that, of course, but anything black's appropriate. Actually, anything black, silver, or red is considered appropriate nowadays.
Very nice. Well, I may make an appearance for the dancing
Of course.
and the people watching.
Well, yes, that's all we're going to be in the business of for quite some time, per our arrangement. That's not going to change for at least a year.
And Henri, you end up getting a text.
Oh, I look to see who has texted me.
Skeeter has texted you.
All right. What does Skeeter have to say?
Skeeter has like a black velvet bag with a like a zipper on it. Looks like a brick is inside of it.
Oh,
That's
that'll
an
hurt.
that's an emoji, or that's what she's showing
No,
me?
she texted you a picture.
Picture of a brick.
In a purse.
A picture of something the size of a brick inside some sort of cloth bag-like item with a zipper.
I text her back, and I'm like, "What is this?"
So she texts you back, and she says, "I didn't want to open it. It was addressed to you."
Oh, it was delivered for me. Okay, so you may, if you are curious, you may peek inside and tell me what is inside there.
Okay, she sends a text back. It's not going to blow up, is it?
Put your ear to the side of it. Is it ticking?
Okay, so there's a pause there for a moment. No, there's no ticking. This
It
isn't
should
like,
be.
this
It
isn't
should
like
be.
a ghost gun or anything, is it?
I don't know what the ghost gun is.
I've heard ghost guns are a thing.
It's a gun that shoot ghosts. Does it shoot ghosts out of the gun like ghost bullets, or is it a gun that's meant to kill ghosts?
I don't know. I just heard ghost guns are a thing.
Go ahead and open it. It's fine. Okay, tell me what is inside.
Okay, 1 second. So there's a little bit of a pause.
And then she screams and dies.
And then there's another picture that comes through. And you can see that it's a couple things of money tied together.
Oh, well, there is making some money. Very good.
Oh, that was mine.
Well, I'm not sharing this information. I'm just texting.
I'm just. Brittany's out of character.
That was funny.
Saucy.
I'm like, well, it looks like Robert is making some money for us. That is very good. I think we need to figure out. One moment. We were supposed to talk about a bank or something. I have money, and I need to know what to do with it. Just putting it down below is not a good idea anymore. What is a safe banking system for me to, or should I just keep it in the drawers?
Well, you buy things, right?
Not really. Occasionally.
Well, let me phrase it differently. Your employees, they have to purchase supplies, put gas in the truck, etc.
Yes.
We can put about half your money is probably reasonable in a bank. You give them a little piece of plastic, which represents your bank account.
I know what the debit card is, damn it.
Okay. Well, you didn't say you knew. And you're good. That way, you're not risking everything. You have cash on hand, and you don't have to worry about if your employees need a large amount of money or not.
Is one bank better than another bank, or is there?
Well, there are different flavors to the robbers that they represent, but basically, no. If you're like the Giovanni, I tell you to use a Swiss bank. Even now, they're better than most of the normal ones. Or to use, say, a bank in the Caribbean, but most of them you want to bank in because actually it's like throwing your money away nowadays. But yeah, normal banks are fine.
Okay, so the last time I was with you, I think I explained that Giovanni. Oh, you were a part of the phone call. So Robert is out of the loop. Skeeter is too young to do this kind of thing. They did for me. I was going to go to the cult bookstore and maybe look at getting a ghoul there. I've been too busy. So I am. I need. This is not something I can do during the evening. I need.
Let me ask you a question, my friend.
Yes.
You want a ghoul. You want a ghoul that's related to your talents, correct?
Well, yes, yeah.
let me ask around and see if I can't find someone with the tendencies. Give me a couple days. I solved Ben's problem when they were looking for individuals of certain talents. I'm relatively sure that some of my friends will have something applicable. And in the end, no, I can't say that. In the end, we'll solve it even if it's not. My apologies, Remus. I didn't want to bring up anything offensive.
What when you're looking for skills and talents, I would like someone is a crafting, so I can get them into the leatherworking business, so that they can help us keep their cleats during the day.
We'll arrange to meet um, uh, sometime in the next couple of days after the club is open. We'll sit down at the nearest Starbucks or whatever, and you'll write down for me what you're looking at. We'll have a conversation on it, and I'll take your requests and I'll put them in a form that sort of like a job search, for lack of better wording, and we'll troll through the human waters and see if we can't find you a suitable accessory.
I have never searched for a ghoul in this way. It's been my,
I'm,
it's been
I
my
know.
well, in the past it's just been be obfuscated and observed, and then when you find someone, there he is. So like,
We've already talked about your success rate before. We don't want to upset Remus.
Robert has been a very good ghoul for me.
I know Robert's been. I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about the ones that you referred to obliquely when they
This,
didn't do well.
this is true. Zachary was a failure. Yeah, you are right.
All right. So we'll take this conversation away so uh, we can have it bluntly kindred to kindred and go from there.
All right, we will meet later. And I say to Cletus, to Skeeter, I'm like, all right, hold on to the money. I'm going to get a bank account. Just hold the money within the house, within our haven, and I will retrieve it later this evening.
Okay, so you get a message back from Skeeter. Mind if we order pizza?
Yes, you may order pizza. That is fine.
Okay. So the next text that you get, it says, who's ordering pizza and has two thumbs, and then it's two thumbs emojis.
So you are ordering the pizza. Is that what you were saying?
You end up getting a face palm emoji, and then yes.
Okay, that's very good. Still trying to figure out this emoji thing. I'm very proud. I put a smiley face emoji on there. I'm like, colon?
Colon.
I got it. Send. Haha! I should get that smiley.
And then there's a knock at the door.
I didn't do that.
Ben goes over to see who it is.
It's Ryan.
Hey, Ryan. Come on in.
Hey, awfully small office?
Yeah. It throws others off, and we happen to have a lot of us here tonight, actually. Come on in, see if you can grab a seat or a spot of
he's
floor.
like looking around, trying to find a spot and not step on any of the junk that's on the floor right now.
Remus kind of steps up and out of his chair and leans up against the wall and indicates he can sit down.
No, okay, so he sits down and he says, passionate meeting, it looks like, because the desk is flipped over.
Did we not pick that up?
No.
Nope.
We should pick that up. Miss Trudy probably won't like us trashing the office.
Ben goes
Remus
ahead
looks
and
at
takes it
Ben. They-
pushes things off it. So, hey, yeah, Ryan, did you manage to get any info from that Bane you captured?
Oh, yeah, sorry, I forgot that you were going to be asking about that. Yeah, no, I did. Not a whole lot useful. I mean, they're kind of dumb for the most part. A little bit higher than... A good way to put it is most of them are a little bit higher than animal intellect. They're smart enough to know what they are, but they're not smart enough to really communicate in whole phrases. It's like trying to talk to a weak version of the Hulk.
Okay.
Like talking to an animal.
Not entirely, no. Animals are animal intelligent. They're a little self-aware and know the difference between like where we are and where they are, so they have a little bit more self-awareness. Like if you could talk to a fish that could actually survive on land, it would understand the difference. Anyways, I'm getting too deep. Yeah, so it's near as I can tell, the reason why they haven't completely moved on is it's like a legit hive.
So what does that mean exactly, that they're a hive?
Well, don't think of them like bees because they're not really producing like honey or anything good that would come of it. Think of it more like a wasp hive.
Wait, like a wraith hive?
What? What's a wraith?
Wraith? The ghosts?
Ghosts? No. These are all
Okay.
like animal spirit things.
Okay.
So it's
Sorry, continue.
It's a lot like wasps. There's really no good use for a wasp. You usually hose down the nest and get rid of it or spray it or whatever. The good news, I guess, is that this hive thing really only seems to produce these things. So they probably shouldn't be a problem for you guys. If you have to deal with them, they generally can't cross over readily. Bad news, the thing that they call their alpha is something I haven't heard of before, so I couldn't really make heads or tails of what it was talking about.
Huh. So what, the alpha's like the thing that made these banes, or it's just the biggest, baddest bane?
Well, the biggest bad. They are kind of dumb like that, and they'll respond to um, uh, the most powerful thing that can see them and force them to react. Okay. Often at times it's more powerful versions of those banes, or if it's something that can kind of cross over, it would be them.
What did they call it? Like, is there a term?
I'm sure there is, but I couldn't understand what it was saying. It kept giving me a word I didn't understand. It didn't translate to English, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I couldn't do like an occult check to see if I happen to know it pops in on a happenstance, or
no, because he doesn't
yeah.
He doesn't know what it was that it was saying. He's like, it sounded more like a sound than anything, which unfortunately the ones that are more powerful and have some sort of mind to them, that's kind of how they make their names. It's never really a name, it's like some sort of noise.
You think there'd be any reason for these banes to like leave that building and just start dealing with the rest of the city, or you think they're going to stay there?
If they stay there, they're going to start corrupting other stuff around.
So it's going to spread like the Borg.
But it takes a while, which is why I think those werewolf friends of yours are probably going to do their cleansing thing, which will take care of it.
Okay.
So we don't need to do anything about this issue.
In a perfect world.
Doesn't sound like it.
I'm not the werewolf, so I can't say I would know. But it wouldn't hurt to look around and make sure there weren't any other nests.
Mm-hmm.
How do we do that?
Well, you guys saw like my aura. I mean, it's kind of the same thing.
Okay. Anything particular we should look for that you know of that makes it obvious?
Oh, I can kind of smell them. I don't know what it looks like when you guys see my or not my aura, sorry, but like auras in general. I don't know what theirs would look like. Have any of you run into Bane infested stuff before
No.
and seen the aura?
Yeah,
I
we did. That psych ward that we dealt with before,
no,
right?
those were wraiths. Oh, though,
Your mask.
mask.
You guys actually,
Friday the 13th.
Sophie and Damaris
Oh
may
yeah.
have actually seen this type of aura before.
I was
Yeah.
thinking the when we fought Hate, he had some henchmen that
Mhm.
were not normal.
There you go.
Don't remember what their auras looked like. I just remember they looked really wrong, and then I passed out for most of the battle. So
Yeah, that's
Would you
right.
like both? I will allow you guys to make a wits and occult check, difficulty 7.
Okay. What's an occult?
difficulty 7.
Difficulty 7.
Oops. So,
I got 2 10s. Too bad I'm not specialized in any of these.
4.
Okay. You guys would know that those ones that you're thinking of, they had green fiery auras.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
They had green fiery auras. Makes sense. Things tainted like that. I mean,
Okay.
Okay, so if we find something that looks like that and it matches my scent,
hmm
maybe that's a good way to correlate the two.
yeah.
Okay. So I guess as you're out and about, maybe just a random aura check would be good. Is there like a physical manifestation that we should look out for? Erratic behavior,
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yes,
decay,
yes.
something like that?
These types of spirits are generally drawn to types of corruption.
Okay.
So, think toxic spills, leaked chemicals, uh, anything that might look corrupted.
Garbage dumps.
Garbage dumps.
Alleyways, I'm sure.
Not
So
necessarily
pretty much
alleyways, but if something looks dank. Also, I know it sounds kind of similar, but places where there might have been ghosts.
We should probably check up on that
So like
psych ward
cemeteries.
area. Make sure
Um,
nothing is respawned there.
places that there have been ghosts.
Yeah, ghost sightings.
So a
It's
cemetery.
not always a given, but
Terrence Hill, ghost sightings up there.
That's true. That's true.
So
Um,
would they be like? So pretty much anything industrial. Pretty much.
I
I mean
mean,
that's definitely a good start, but that's not the only way it happens. Sometimes it's, like I said, sometimes it's through like chemical stuff, which is harder to pick up on, like corrupted makeup. Or foods, from a restaurant. That again, like I said, this is kind of long game, but sometimes that can be an indication where something has happened. Like that whole Sweeney Todd story, that could totally be one of these types of things.
what about that R.I.P.D. movie? Just totally saying this in character.
Yeah, I
Just
don't know. I
Oh
think
my
it's
gosh.
more ghost stuff. I
that
don't
was
know.
a
No, it's corruption.
that was a
Basically,
comic book thing, huh?
the ghost. Well, it was actually a movie. It's got Jeff Bridges and Ryan Reynolds in it, and Kevin
But it
Bacon.
was based on a comic book.
I don't know. I think so. But in that one, basically, depending on how they died or what area they died in, their demonic form or whatever was corrupted like that. Like there was a stench about them that could be picked up in a way if you were perceptive to that kind of thing, you know. So yeah, I get it. Well, at least that was my example. I know I watched weird movies.
Okay.
Well, I got the
Interesting.
Borg. 'Cause I've actually been watching that show.
So this is kind of something we do as a adjunct to our normal activities. Then just kind of look around, look for things that might be involved. Okay.
You know
Do
a
we
lot
get
about
do we get a point
this
in
sort of
in
thing.
lore?
Nope. I'm sorry.
Can
You
hear
were
you,
saying,
Brittany.
Sophie?
You got walked on.
You know a lot about this sort of thing. It's a really esoteric study.
You pick up stuff when you're on tribal land.
So are you Native American yourself?
Me? No.
The red hair gives it away, doesn't it?
He says, yeah, I guess. No, I think Nordic by descent.
Okay. Well,
Good deal. Okay, so everyone knows, at least those of us who can see auras and whatnot, you see a strange, funky building that looks like it's green fire. Let the Baron know, let me know.
Or
And then we've got
people.
to figure out.
I mean, it doesn't have to
Um,
be a location. It could be a person. It could be an animal.
Oh,
They have to come
okay,
from
that's it.
someplace.
is there anyone who cannot see auras but would like to learn?
Yes.
We can help you out with that. Um,
Greatly appreciated.
have you studied any aspects before?
No, the only out of clan skill I've spent any time on is Protean.
Okay. All right. I could get with you later and teach you the basics.
Yes, I'm sure your presence and obfuscate skills are greater than mine at this point.
Presence is decent. Obfuscate is one that's eluded me.
That does
Not especially good at not being seen.
I'm quite good at that one.
There are times and moments when you might desire it. Let me know if you. I would consider it ample payment on a one-for-one basis.
I wouldn't mind a trade. Sure.
Alrighty then.
I'll have to wear different shoes.
No, it might be challenging to teach you in high heels.
maybe some designer sneakers.
Oh, I think I've got just the thing. They're still wedges.
Designer sneakers.
I mean, they're still wedges, but they're, soft soled.
Why is
Doesn't
that,
matter.
Why is that a thing? Do you like Nike Air or something, or Air
No?
Jordans?
Oh, I need to make you boots.
No.
I will get to work.
Okay, I'm sorry, I must have missed something. I don't get the
It's okay, Ryan.
the shoes. Okay.
I like pretty shoes.
She's Torador.
That's all it
Oh,
matters.
sorry, I don't know that much about that.
Revis looks over at Ben.
I didn't think shoes would have been. I always thought it was more like music.
Music is definitely more important than shoes. But shoes are nice.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, Baron, did you have anything else for us?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Trying to remember if Sophie had any RP time. I don't think it was really productive.
Steph's gonna send Sophie a text since they're kind of winding down, and telling her that she gave Ben the package.
Sophie will check her phone and then shoot a glance at Seth that is intrigued and hopeful.
Huh. Anyway.
Yep. Men so aren't commenting.
Yeah, Ryan's like looking around and doesn't
like
understand
clue
what's
us
going
in.
on. And so he's like,
Now I don't even know.
Did you guys need me for anything else, or was that it, or?
How are you acclimating to the city? You figured out everything you need?
I guess.
Any trouble feeding?
No.
Finding a place to stay?
I've been kind of busy with the stuff that you guys have been asking me to do, and it's kind of slipped my mind, so I'm still staying at the lodge.
Okay.
For the time being.
And he has a job.
How's that going for you?
With the lodge?
And the job?
Oh, fine, I guess. I mean, the lodge is actually kind of plush. I don't know who put that together, but it's really swanky. I appreciate it. The bed's kind of nice.
Revis would invite him to the club's opening night.
Okay.
Jerome, while this is going on and they're talking to him, Damaris will have pulled out her little cup and a thing of water, and she's gonna scry on Dahlia.
Okay.
If she even can.
Sure, go ahead.
Intelligence occult. Okay. Really? I got a 1 technically. I got 1 technically because my 10 explodes. That's shitty. Sorry, that's crappy.
So, so you're taking a moment, spilling some water into a bowl, doing your thing.
She's still a little mad when she's doing this. It's
Singing
just
a song in verse.
That's 2 successes.
Oh yeah, because you're.
Oh, that is 2. Right? That's true. Yeah. Sorry. A little better.
And the only thing that you can see is the outskirts of Yuma.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you know exactly why that is. You can't scry in the temple.
Yep.
You know that because you've been there.
Yep. And they are in the temple if I can't get in there, so.
Probably, yep.
Yeah. Darn. Ugh. She's going to throw the cup of water frustratingly and just collapse her cup, put it away with force, you know.
So I mean, at that point, Ryan was gonna explain something about the lodge, and the water goes like whoosh, like right up against him. He's like, "Hey, what the?"
Totally not even paying attention.
What did I do?
What? No, nothing.
Yeah, no, it's not you. We got poached. One of our own was taken right out from under our nose.
Oh, so sorry, man.
Yeah, we just have to be careful. It's rough, but
So is that why he looks like all melancholy? He's pointing at Remus.
He got a little excited and needed to be calmed down.
Oh, he was close to the person that got poached?
No, he got too close to me.
Oh, and he kind of looks down. Okay, got it.
Yep.
So I take it you weren't able to see her. Is that what you were trying to do just then?
Yeah, I know they're in Yuma, and the temple there, it's warded against scrying. So I know at least that they're there. I know that she's alive, but I can't see past. This is where I kind of suspected I might not be able to even, have much contact with her outside of this. But let's hope she's as strong as I think she is. So
Okay.
Well, onward. Anything else?
Anyone want to go get drinks?
Yes.
yes,
Free range or Dragonflugel?
Let's do Dragonflugel because I could really use some substance in mine.
ditto.
What's a Dragonflugel?
We'll just show you. It's easier to show you.
Okay.
It's a club. It's a club owned by the Giovanni.
Oh, right. You guys mentioned that the first time I met you guys. Okay, yeah.
They offer sustenance for our kind.
Oh, right.
Someone tell you about the special menu?
The allergic free?
Yeah, allergen-free menu.
Allergen free.
Okay, yeah. It's the same as Anzio's, right?
You got it.
All right, I'm learning. Okay, cool.
Anzios is they don't offer drinks anymore, do they?
Not at the moment.
Oh.
Not
Remus.
those kind of drinks. I've got to wait for things to cool down a little bit more.
All right, we'll see you over there in a little bit.
Are you going to join us, Remus?
Not when I change your shirt.
Nah, I don't feel like it. I'll find my food someplace else.
Fair enough.
Sophie will like rub his shoulder.
He like kind of pulls his shoulder away from you. You'll get up and kind of straighten his collar. Just be like, until next time, and then just walk out.
Okay.
He's definitely changed quite a bit.
I think he's
Remus-
mad that I calmed him down forcibly after all that.
You really didn't have much of a choice.
Yeah.
Well, it was either that or I was going to strangle him back. So,
And actually,
truthfully, might have felt good.
I hate to say this going forward, but we might, excuse me, I'm losing my voice apparently, might want to limit topics that are sensitive to the majority so that these types of events don't reoccur.
So in
Because
other words,
truthfully-
don't talk about humanity to the high humanities.
Well, it's not even that.
That's like
I
everybody
mean,
here.
I
Well,
could
Remus is
talk
pretty high.
with my good friend, the Frenchman, and I'm pretty sure me and him could disturb most of you without too much difficulty.
I try hard not to.
I could probably do the same thing with a red-haired lady, but
Which one?
that one, sorry, the one in the middle of the screen. I'm not remembering names at all. Sorry, Rachel, I forgot to clear Damaris. Yes, with Damaris, I could probably do the same.
Oh, she's had.
I'm relatively sure
She's at
The two of us have advanced far enough along our perspectives that many of our thought processes are probably alien to most of them.
Yeah, but I think that actually works in our favor personally because we offer that different perspective.
We do, but Remus in particular has become increasingly sensitized to that. And I
Why?
suspect his humanity has actually increased to the point where he is very close to actual human.
Oh boy.
But
I
don't-
would agree with
Don't
that.
we want to be more human? I thought
No.
that was a good thing.
Yes.
There's differences here. Yeah, there's clearly differences here. Some of
I am fine with who I am.
yeah.
Ditto.
There are philosophies among the kindred. Many kindred follow a philosophy of human-like behavior as a means to close their activities among others. Others follow other philosophies which take their beliefs far afield and make them appear less human, for lack of better wording. Although, in
Tamaris
my
will nod her
case,
head because she's
yeah,
quite inhumane. So
I can ape it very much, including being able to eat. And my aura does not show that I'm a kindred. But so when we talk about certain things, those of us who follow different beliefs will upset those whose beliefs are more human orientated. And so while I'm here, I limit what I discourse, mostly as a courtesy to the Baroness, because I represent her in some things and I do not wish to offend, except when necessary. In the case of Remus, it is becoming difficult to talk about day-to-day activities because of his what appears to be increased humanity. And I don't have a good answer for that other than limiting how we talk about certain things.
I'm sorry, but I don't feel like we should have to sugarcoat things just to not hurt somebody's feelings about certain topics. I'm sorry, but that's a bit extreme. The reality is that we are the underworld. We are vampires. We do
We
things
are
that are not to be
monsters.
humane. We are monsters.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we're not human.
Well,
He needs to grow a pair and just get used to it and not be so easily offended by stuff like that. So I don't think that it's us that need to change. He is clearly the one that is too sensitive about stuff.
Deal. I will let him attack you next time.
Okay, bring it on.
Okay.
Well,
First the gangrel.
I believe what
You know what?
what
We're
Revis is
related.
trying to say. What Revis is trying to say is he has a certain way of solving problems that may be somewhat morally questionable to common human morality. And as someone who still holds to those morals, I would be strongly inclined to try to prevent him from solving problems those ways. And so,
Like the real graphic
we,
kind of ways, right?
yes.
Okay.
And
I get
so,
you.
as a compromise, he has certain responsibilities. I do not ask questions. We get things done.
But, and forgive my ignorance here, because again, I haven't been in a city for very long to get to know many people. You guys are kind of operating a little bit like a pack, it seems, kind of like in defense of your territory. And wouldn't it be like the honorable thing to try and make amends with one another?
Well, we're more like a coterie.
Damaris, roll your instinct.
I apologize. I was talking to my sister for a moment. So he's what did he say that it's causing me to roll? I forgot.
He compared us to a pack.
But
coterie.
The method is he's comparing it kind of like to a pack defending its territory, and would it be the honorable thing to try and try to make amends. So yes, you need to.
Yeah, that's true.
You need to make a check.
Instinct, you said. So okay.
Instinct, yes.
I'll wait till that's done before I respond back.
Difficulty 7.
Oh. One.
Okay, so you got 1. If you want to brush off the fact that he mentioned honor, you can take a path hit,
No.
or
I'm trying to go up.
Yeah, right, exactly. Or he made a valid point, and the honorable tenant that you would make, you probably misspoke, and you probably need to figure a better way to deal with Remus.
And she's gonna take a moment to just kind of like, you know what? He's 100% right. I've been around you guys long enough to know that I can be absolutely a bit more abrasive than most of you, and that doesn't excuse telling him to basically grow a pair and deal with it. That's not fair. And I would have hoped that you guys would be understanding of my previous ways. So I will make it right.
Revis looks over and nods his head and says, and then he looks over at the Lasombra and he goes, "It's not so much about that. The Baron and the Anarchs and those who admit to supporting their cause here have staked a place to make an exception. In doing so, they've put large targets on all their backs. There is no, how do I want to phrase this? There is no real reason why some of these events take place other than the fact they're being tested. Sometimes continuously, sometimes individually, but they're all being tested. They can tell me that they don't think so. That's fine. I have my own sources, and they indicate quite clearly otherwise. I accepted the position with the Baroness because I can fulfill roles in her domain that others cannot, and still obey what she asks of me. It's very honorable arrangement within the methods we have chosen to employ.
Okay.
I will not disobey her tenants unless I have to do so to defend the domain, in which case the domain becomes more important than the tenants.
I would agree with that as well.
So you're like the mob.
Is Remus still here, by the way, or did he leave already?
No, he walked out.
Okay.
By the way, as he was walking out, did we notice anything strange about him?
I mean, outside of the fact that he was still kind of like,
he didn't grow a goat head out of his back.
No. I didn't see anything. No.
Maybe just a tail.
Another Remus head, grows off his neck and watches you as he
I was kind of thinking of Sorcerer's Stone.
In the original version, there were some things that were that bad. Oh my God, the things you could pick up as traits. So.
Yeah.
And so there you go. Like I said, I exist to fulfill certain functions. Some of them are political. In some areas, I have knowledge because of my age that she does not. In others, she exceeds me. Her ability to be socially diplomatic exceeds my abilities.
Well, let's go dancing.
Yep. And now
I decided that my persona needs to be seen a little bit more.
Good.
That's the DJ, right?
How about this dancing business?
Yep. That's our DJ.
Well, yeah, seen with her new bow.
Okay. I will just follow you guys to the Dragon Wing then.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay.
And off we go.
And off you go. I take it Remus is going home? Or Remus hunting? What Remus do?
I sent you a message on Discord about I was going to check a thing, but it doesn't have to happen tonight. but
He's
just
gonna go
something.
crime fighting
Mhm.
with his
He's really Batman.
I'm gonna go to
Yeah.
Arby's.
Yeah, hang on.
Arby's.
Yeah, I don't have the opportunity. I have to pull up. If I'm looking at Discord, I can't have it on my computer while I'm running a game, so I have to pull
Oh,
it
you
up
got
on my
it.
phone.
No, I figure it's essentially I was gonna go and
Sure.
occupy my frustrations elsewhere.
Oh, you should have said
Sure,
something.
absolutely.
Revis has got an excellent source for that.
I'm Batman. And it's funny you should take that angle because there was a LARP that used to be here in town, and one of the players who played a gangrel tried to be a superhero of the night like Batman, but he preferred
my God.
Nightwing, so he fashioned himself after Nightwing. A gangrel version of
Batman makes
Nightwing.
Batman makes more sense.
Hey.
He's just more feral. Nightwing is such like a talker.
So everybody goes to the Drachenflugel. Same thing of the location, thumping music and so on and so forth. There is a line of people on the out, but as you all come walking up, you're waved in, by the bouncers because they know who you guys are. It takes
It's
a
nice
second.
to know people.
It takes a second, obviously, for Ryan to get in because they don't know him. But he is with you guys, so he just follows and walks with all of you inside. Ryan is dressed. Ryan, with the exception of the fact that he's got red hair, if you've seen Ryan, I think it's Ryan Hurst, who played Opie from.
Yep.
Who played Opie from Sons of Anarchy.
Love me some Opie.
He looks like that.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's good looking.
Opie from who?
Sons of Anarchy.
From Son of the Sons.
I know
I don't
that
know.
guy.
Yeah, big old guy.
I saw him last month
Yes, you did.
at a con.
Yep. But anyway, so you guys go in there. There is loud music currently playing. The Oonts have commenced.
Do they serve shots on the allergen-free menu?
They can be ordered, yes.
I'm going to order a round of shots.
Does
anybody
this
who
have
wants them.
substance inside them?
I hope so.
Yes.
Good.
That is something you can definitely order. So you order a round of shots for your peeps.
Yep.
Okay. So are you guys going to the back meeting room, or are you just out
No.
on the floor? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, we'll do like a side table
Sure. Like you got
where we can
private booth.
where we can drink and then we can
you
go
got a
dance.
private booth that's big enough to fit everybody. Waiter comes back around with the specialty shots. It's got it basically it has it's you didn't really specify, so it's obviously there's blood in the drink, but the blood alcohol level has been spiced with vodka among other things. So some mixed drink with vodka.
Jerome, would I
Revis
have-
just slams it,
Okay.
picks up the shot.
Yeah,
Down it
so
goes.
does Damaris.
Henri, what'd you say?
Would I have had time in the since meeting with Giovanni, I was ordering suits like a John Wick style suit. Would I have had time for that to be delivered to me at this
Yes.
point?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm wearing, my John Wick.
Oh,
Oh,
looking
nice.
good, Henri.
Very, very nice.
So with
Yeah,
the-
Sophie
so
Sophie
with
will
the-
actually
Spiffy.
give him a lingering glance
Wow.
from
Check the quality of the suit.
Yep. Yeah, when you ignore up here, down here looks pretty fine.
and she would acknowledge that. She'd be like, "That's a really nice suit."
I'm gonna grab Sophie's arm and lead her out to the dance floor.
I'm down. I
I'm
will be
about to
led.
respond to Sophie as you pull her away from well, thank you very much.
Very much.
Damaris is gonna be that wallflower where she's taken out her sketchbook and she is drawing basically pictures of sort of a layout of how she wants the Leanne and Haven and
Oh, sure.
things like that. Just sort of doodling.
Sure. That works.
Oh, if you're going to doodle, I'm going to join you in the doodles. I'm going to pull
Sure.
out my sketch pad to start sketching my newest leather jacket.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, that works.
Jerome, the area around like the because like apparently we're close to dancing and other
Mhm.
people. Is it loud enough where like it would be hard for other people to hear us if we were like talking in slightly more hushed
Oh, yeah.
tones? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So then, since the ladies went off to the dance floor, uh, Ben scoots over closer to Revis and goes, "I got a question for you regarding ghouls.
Yeah.
What type of drink would you mix with blood? Like, what works well there?"
Depends on how much you know about the ghoul. There's a lot of the sorority girls. They like the sweet stuff, so you find a good mixed drink that's caters to that. Use that. Um,
Would not recommend it.
What if we're talking a guy who is a hardened criminal, but a smooth criminal? What do you think?
Truthfully, are you doing this on the sly or straight up? Because the answer depends.
It's probably gonna be weird for him at first, but more on the sly. He's not gonna know exactly what's going on.
If he drinks Red Bull's not bad.
Right back.
Okay, so just
If he's
any type of energy drink, or
well,
does it
it depends
matter?
on the taste. You got to remember, it's a blood taste, and Red Bull has that. Yeah, whatever they call it. I'm not going to pretend that I like it, but it'll go well with that. Once again, it depends on if he drinks hard liquor, then it's easy. You can find out whatever his drink is and order a mixed drink with that in it, and just there are ways to do it. Might require a little cooperation with the bartender, but you can always work those things. It just depends on how much time you've got. And I always thought that, well, I'll just being honest, most of ours were far more easily corruptible than what you deal with. By the time we get them, they're pretty far gone.
So you and your clan have some weird special thing that you do as far as ghouls go? Or just something I don't want to know?
You get to a point where you know what they want, or you know what they want to believe, and you lead them to think that their actions are going to take them there. Sometimes it does. Some of them just want to forget. Some want to be powerful. The powerful ones are easy. The ones that want to forget, got to be careful with, because sometimes they get lost.
Okay.
Try and stay away from the ones that, the vampire wannabes.
Oh, I already know the one I'm planning on getting. In fact, if you'd want to help out, I don't know if you're busy after this or some night later. You're not making any inroads to the Sanguine Tears, are you?
Actually, when I was there before Trish was, and at the time I didn't know Trish was involved with her, I went to one of their events when she was still not in firm control. And we kind of had an agreement. She said, well, I'm in the process of solidifying my hold on, basically indicating if I was going to challenge her, we were going to have to throw down. And I just kind of went, no, it's not a big deal. There are other places I can go.
That's the
other
Southside Souls. Sanguine Tears are not the same gang.
Oh, I thought they were.
Nope.
Oh, This is Roxy, right?
No.
Oh, I thought this was Roxy we were talking about. I'm sorry. My bad.
The Sanguine Tears. They're the ones
Oh,
that
the
we
Mexican
grabbed.
cartel.
You got it.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, got to start fighting the spot somewhere.
Yeah, I've got a plan. I myself recently learned how to call people. It's summon.
Yep.
And I've got a lead on their second in command, the guy that we talked to that one time when we did the exchange. And I did use some mojo on him before, and it was a pretty strong connection. So I think pulling him to me would be pretty easy.
Truthfully, it's an excellent idea. And if you need help, I'll be happy to do what I can to aid you. And if that means, if you think there's an advantage, I can just be a full form black and red color sitting there. And, it just depends on what type of persuasion you want. I have my own share of presence, and obfuscate certainly is a skill I possess. So
it'd at least be nice to have at least a couple for backup, just in case he brings somebody or something goes weird or awry. I don't expect anything to be that terrible because they're all, as far as I can tell, just regular. They're not any of us or supernatural. So I think we can do it. I just have to choose where I want to be when I call upon him. I have to make sure it's a safe place and have that drink mixed ahead of time.
And I will say one thing. I would let the Baroness know what you're doing. I wouldn't talk in front of Remus for a while about this. Something about free will is probably going to upset him.
Yeah, no, understandable. The kid, even though he's merged with an older one now, he's still got that fighting spirit, man, and I totally get it. I was a similar way years and years ago when I was first, living this life, but that's rough to let go, and it's even tougher for him.
Well, he has a lot of human connections, and in the scheme of things, I have to kind of give kudos. He's doing something most don't for very good reasons. It may be he perceives it as his path to ascension. It's happened. There's rumors of those who have gone that route, becoming more human to the point where they didn't have to drink. But I don't know.
You believe that's actually? I've heard that too, but you think that's actually happened?
When I consider some of the things that Kindred talk about as being possibilities, yes.
Wow.
And then he kind of smiles and looks over at Ben and goes like, I'm not even going to talk about what my kind believes is the path to ascension. Yeah.
Yes.
And I can only imagine what the ex-Sabbat's path might be. Yeah. So, but I do have to give kudos. You try and do what you think is correct. And like I said, I've made my arrangement with the Baroness, and I intend to honor it. It's to both our advantages, and we'll see how it plays.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks for your advice.
Hold that thought. So, Remus, as you are with a half a mind to go out and start skulking about whatnot, you end up getting a text.
Okay.
It's Danny again. And it says, and the text comes through and it says, you busy? Still got that mutt.
I'll say, I'll be right over.
Okay. So you hop back in your car from the darkened alleyway. You were looming over the city looking for something to kill. And head on over to where the Bradoviches, the Ashland Hillbillies reside, overlooking Ashland proper on the hill. And you come pulling up, and you can tell that they've got a barbecue going. You can see the glow coming from out back of the the nice home. The front of the house looks a little bit more run down than when you last saw it.
Yeah,
But there's several cars parked out front.
I'll park in whatever is the easiest spot to get out of later on.
Yeah, sure. So then you end up getting so you end up hearing someone yell, "Hey Ma, that Remus feller's here." And you end up seeing a woman come walking out. You've seen her once before. This is Ellie Elise, and she happens to be wearing. She just happens to be wearing a kind of a beat up T-shirt and beat up jeans. Right now, she has a cloth wrapped around her waist, acting kind of like an apron. A little bit. It's must a bit because they're currently working on something. And she says, "Oh well, hey, Mr. Remus, how you doing?"
I've been better, but I'm feeling better already. Am I still quelled?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then yeah, that's what I say. But
Oh well, shoot, you look just like down in the dumps. Honey, you wanting something for the your like a little pick me up or something? You hungry? You do look a little pecked.
if you have something, I would gladly take it, but don't feel like you need to go out of your way for me.
Oh shoot, honey, you're a kindred. We always got something on hand for you, type.
Do you have anything beautiful?
And she kind of thinks. She says, I didn't stop and think about that, but well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you give me a moment, and I'll go preview and see if we got something looks a little right pretty. Are you talking like church lady pretty, or are you talking like GQ will cover airbrush stuff?
Hmm, I don't. Maybe mix them together.
Okay,
If it's between those two, maybe.
let me go see what we got. I'll tell you what. Why don't you just go walk out, walk through here, walk out the back. Danny's out there currently doing a barbecue. I think he mentioned something about having a dog for you, but I'll let him explain it for you.
Yes. Thank you for your kindness.
Oh, not at all, honey. Just go walk out back.
Wow, this is great. I'm gonna walk inside.
Okay. As you go walking through, you can see like two of the kids, like they were in the middle of playing, on the PS5, and they hit pause and they just kind of walk and stare at you as you go walking by.
I stare at them, but I keep walking by.
Yeah, and like just as you get like out of eyesight, you hear that chime, and then they start playing again.
I'm gonna peek around the corner, like.
Yeah. Well, as you stop and peek around the corner, they're like heavily involved in a Spider-Man game at this point, just like rip roaring and going at it. They're not very loud, but they're very engrossed at whatever they're playing.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep walking to where I've been directed.
Yeah. So you kind of walk through the house. It's pretty much a straight shot. You go past a banister and then keep going, walking back, and there's kind of a back den that doesn't really seem to be used for a den. It's like got a pile of boxes right now. Some of them are half open, some of them are open and just kind of piled into a corner. So it's a little cluttered. And you go walking in the back. The back is kind of like this expansive backyard, and they've got like the big metal kennels kind of lined up along the side like you would see normally in animal shelters.
Mhm.
And they've got animals in them, and then they've got this big fire pit, and they've got something rotating on the spit.
I'm gonna try not to look at the food. gonna.
That's fair. Right. So as you
Yeah.
come walking up, Danny's currently wearing a shirt that actually says "Abel had it coming."
Wow, the blasphemy.
Yeah, and he's just in denim jeans, and you come walking up, and he's like, "Hey, Remus, how you doing, man? I didn't think we'd
Oh,
ever get you come out here."
I am. I apologize. There's always something. Always something in Ashland. That should be the motto.
Yeah, I figured that'd be the thing. And ever since I started getting trying to ingratiate myself to the table as it was, yeah, I figured it was just kindred busy work and whatnot. Or
It's
I
just.
don't mean to offend. Do you classify yourself as kindred or Canaanite?
Oh, I don't care. Also, the
Oh, okay.
table
Whew.
is.
That's a
Yeah.
good thing because I'm so used to hearing Canaanite all the time. I didn't mean to. I didn't want to like offend or nothing. And
Oh
then
no.
Ellie Elise comes walking back out, and she's got she's actually served it up in a beer bottle.
Wow. I have to. I'm like, well, hold on. When I died, I wasn't old enough to drink. I have to think about if I can. Is there? Is it just? Is there beer in that?
And she says, I think there's a little bit of alcohol in there too, yeah. But it was mixed in the blood. This was an empty bottle.
Oh,
And
okay.
and don't worry, I cleaned it out first, even though I know blood's going in or whatnot. But I want to make sure we provide you some manners. Just want to make you feel at home, made you feel like you're having a drink with the guys.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it. I haven't. Wow. This. You have a very comfortable home. Is how big is your family again?
Oh, I need to pull those notes up. 1 second.
It's cool. I'll wait.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. She says,
Ah,
It's 10 counting me and Danny.
it's a lot. Is it? Is the house like really like noisy or no?
Oh, I figure it's probably more noisy during the day.
Oh, okay.
Everybody up and running. See, we don't all have sleep schedules like you kindred types do.
Hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm just curious.
So she hands you the bottle, and Danny ends up patting a recliner that he's pulled out here. Uh,
Outside.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
He's got lawn furniture, but it's nice
Mhm.
lawn furniture. But this is more
Okay.
like the throne sort of thing. So
Okay.
it's like a recliner. So he pats on that. And he says, "Hey, Reeves, you just take a load off, and you just flip that lever on the back. Put it'll kick out the front, and you put up your heels."
He's gonna sit down, holding his beer, trying to remember how old he is. But
And Danny's like, Ellie, don't he look like down in the dumps or something? What's boggling your mind, son?
oh, I don't know what I'm doing, Danny. I don't know what I'm doing.
That's a hell of a thing to say for a venture. You got a lot of money to throw around.
Oh, what's the point of it? I'm not. I haven't done anything.
Uh, what you mean you haven't done anything? Aren't you like a captain of industry or something?
The one thing I've wanted to do with the whole point of this was to be better, to make my mom proud of me. But he'll hold up the beer and he'll take a swig from it. He's like,
Okay.
I don't even know if she'd recognize me anymore.
You get a blood point back at
Okay.
this point. And he's like, well, shoot, that's that ain't nothing different there. That's a problem all you kindred face.
Well,
How long you been embraced, if you don't mind me asking?
uh, how much time has passed, Jerome? Like,
Since the
is
beginning
like,
of the game?
yeah, or since I joined, like,
2 years.
like oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. 2 years.
And he's like, no shit.
Yeah.
If you don't mind me saying, you got it together for only being effectively 2 years old. Did you have some sort of like extended accounting period or something? I heard them ventures go through that.
No,
I did my research when we got our money. You see.
yeah, no, I didn't have this to start. I was homeless for a long time.
And so Ellie Elise at that point's like, he's like, kind of waves her off, sort of thing, and she goes back inside. He says, "So you won the lottery too, then?"
No, I mean, sorta, but not really. Uh, nah,
What's a sort
I
of not really? Is that like getting 4 out of the 6 lucky Powerballs?
no, I killed for it. I didn't mean
Oh,
to. I didn't mean to. Somebody made me, but
so
I I did
somebody
it though.
made you kill somebody. Oh,
Yeah,
would they like dominate you to go do something or something rotten?
I don't remember. Just a lot of loud noises and screaming.
Loud noises.
But
Oh, that sounds like a frenzy sort of thing. Is that what happened to you?
yeah.
Oh, son, I know all about frenzy. See, me and my kind, we're like the humanity's version of the Bruja. Woo, we got hot tempers.
Okay.
So we know
Oh,
all about them. We know all about them frenzies. He's kind of like leans over to the fire pit and he says, "Frenzy."
oh yeah. Yeah, I should be away from that. Oh, by the can you check something for me? I need to I felt something different on my back and I can't see it, so I need you to look for me. And I'm gonna like kind of take off my coat and like take off my shirt and just like
Okay.
you see anything back there?
He says, "Oh, you're a bit scaly. That ain't supposed to happen in Oventru."
Can you take a picture? Because I can't see it. I just got it.
Oh, yeah, sure. So he
Oh,
pulls out his phone, like
He's
lines
got
kind
the
of up a little bit,
shingles.
takes a picture.
Shingles.
shingles. Oh my
He
gosh.
says, "Are you like some sort like? Is there a I don't know, like a feral Ventru or something like that? Because I ain't never heard of nothing like this for no Ventru."
No, I was gangrel before this.
Oh, well, hell, you're a rich gangrel? Well, ain't that something?
Yeah, yeah. Drink more of the beer. Can I see the picture? What does it look like?
Yeah. Oh, so he shows you the picture. It looks like reptile skin.
This that doesn't that it doesn't match like my other things that I have, right?
Not entirely. Because you've got the only other thing that you actually have right now are the toes.
Well, because I also had fangs
Well, yeah.
as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it does kind of go with it a little bit.
Lizard man.
Kind of, yeah.
I thought I'd turn into a wolf or something. What is the point? What?
Oh, so you must have done got yourself like you frenzied, right?
Yeah.
Oh, this is one of them beast rate things.
Mm-hmm. I got other ones. You want to see?
Oh, sure, hell yeah.
All
Let it
right.
rip.
It's like comparing tattoos or scars. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Start taking off my shoes and show my toes.
Battle
Okay.
wounds.
Yeah. So you're like you show them you're like you got the feral claw. You got basically got claws kind of coming off your. You don't really have toenails. You got claw like appendages kind of coming off. And he's like, oh well, hell no, that's kind of cool. You ever thought about wearing them like gladiator sandals that kind of go with your normal attire? That way you just kind of flip them off and go into combat mode.
Well, but like then if I'm walking around on a tiled floor, I sound like a dog. Like click, click, click. You can hear me walking.
Oh well, shit, son, you just take a file of that.
Oh yeah, but if I got to fight, like I could just kick off the shoes.
Oh well, yeah, give or take or something. You could always wear another size up of shoes, maybe the wide fit, something like that, make them fit better.
Mhm. Yeah, no, that's what I've been. Yeah, because otherwise they're just like poking through the leather. Yeah, no. And I got these too. I'll show them the teeth.
He's like, yeah, but those are kind of cool. I don't know
Yeah,
why you'd want to get rid of them.
I mean, makes it hard to blend in.
Okay, well, true.
Yeah.
No,
I can't go to.
I mean, if you want, I could fix any of this for you. That ain't nothing but a thing.
Well, wait. No, I'm good. I deserve it. I'll drink the rest of the blood.
Well, it got nothing to do with dessert, son.
No, not dessert. I deserve it.
Well, it got nothing to do with deserves.
Oh, I thought you said dessert. I'm
Nah, I
sorry.
apologize. That's my accent.
No.
I'm country.
No,
It's okay.
I have it coming. I do.
Now, why in the hell would you say a thing like that?
Because I'm a monster.
Son, you don't dress nothing like a monster, and I know monsters. You ain't nothing of the sort. You're like Puff the Magic Dragon monster, if anything. You're like the kind of gentlest sort of monster that where the wild things are. There ain't nothing monstrous about you, and I've seen monsters. And case in point, there's this gangrel down south in Mexico. True story. That guy has been in the wilderness way too damn long, and he looks like himself
God.
like he's a humanoid mosquito, complete with like the head with the old the pecker looking thing that he just skewers people to drink out of.
And what's this guy's name? Does he have a name? Is he the Chupacabra?
Hell if I know, and I ain't gonna get close enough to ask, but I'm sure he responds to buzz.
Okay, because I'm pretty sure that's Puerto Rican, but man. I think. I don't know.
But all I know is he was, or at least is, a Sabat member, because they revel in the peace thing. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. You're already curling up your nose. See, them's real monsters. You ain't nothing but a sword. If you're claiming to be monster, you're like wannabe monster. Come on now.
I don't want to be a monster.
Oh, then let me fix it then.
Well, hold on. I'm like, pull my feet up. Like, what are you gonna? What do you mean? What are you gonna do?
That flesh grab. How? I wasn't gonna just file them down. They'll grow right back next night.
No, not now. I don't know if you can tell. I'm a little weird right now.
Yeah, I was going to ask. You're kind of like, do you want to be amped up a little bit or something so you're like, more coherent?
No, I'm thinking more clearly actually. But
you're thinking more clearly.
Yeah.
Did they hit you with a Xanax?
Yeah, but like a magic one.
Oh, you done got quelled, son. Oh, okay. I know exactly what happened there. Someone reached out and touched you, and you kind of like saw everything like real slow, and maybe you were like real calm and scared, or something like that.
Nah, I was still like, man, this sucks.
Yeah, you got quelled. All right, well, Mr. Quelly, you let's come over here and show you that dog I was talking about, because I don't know when I'll get you out here again.
Yeah, let's see it.
Okay, so he goes walking over to the cage. The animals are kept in a primitive state, obviously, because they're in cages outside. But the animals are actually taken care of. So it's clear they've got some backwards priorities, but it's a work in progress. So they have some small dogs that they're working with. They have like 2 in really large cages. If that's the case. The one that he takes you to is like at the end of the line, is in its own cage, and it's like 3 times the size of the others.
Oh.
And he says that there is a Russian bear dog.
Is it the actual dog, or is it like, have you already done it?
No. It's the actual dog. He hasn't done anything to it yet.
Okay. I'm gonna look that up because I actually don't know what that looks like.
Oh, they're dogs used to hunt bears.
It's like half dog, half bear.
Yeah, it's massive. It's
all Russian.
If you put it up on its hind legs, it's bigger than a human.
Okay, I'm gonna look up a picture.
Yeah, it only drinks vodka.
Whoa. Because I was saying just like pictures of them, but now I'm seeing pictures of them like next to people.
Yep.
And I'm like, Chick, what? They're like dire wolves. Okay.
Yeah, just about, yeah.
Yeah.
We people could ride them into combat.
I'm gonna go like, is it like, so when you turn them, does it hurt them? I've never seen this. Like,
Oh, with Fletchcraft? Oh yeah. I mean that's always going to hurt them. I mean it's taking their form and making it better and giving them improvements. I'm sure it would hurt a car if it had feelings.
okay, I'm gonna just kind of like look at the dog. Does the dog like? What's the demeanor of the dog?
That is a big dog. Russian bear dog. It's huge. Holy crap.
Yeah. Well, the dog just kind of looks up at you and is just like woof.
Oh, woof.
Kind of like
He says we've already got him trained at this point. He ain't freaking out because you ain't human.
kind of like go and like kind of gently put my hand out towards him to see if he'll let me pet him.
What's your humanity?
5.
Okay. So he kind of, he leans over and he kind of sniffs, but he stays a little ways back.
Okay.
And he says, "Oh well, he must still smell the dead on you right now. That's okay though. Ain't nothing but a thing. We can get that fixed. You want him?" Now, in point of order, you want him. What you want done with him? Do you want like big fangs? You want like the meaner looking claws? You want him to have armor? Maybe some gnarly looking muscles coming off this thing. We can give him mohawk if you think that look cool. We can do just about anything you want. And I saw this cool thing one time where one of my kin he took a dog and he made it so it could unhinge its jaw. He thinks twice the size. Whoo, hell of a thing.
Do you have like? Can I see what? Like, do you have pictures of them? Like, or do you have one that's already done? Like, can I see what is he gonna look like?
Oh well, all of them look different. None of them are the same, and we don't tend to keep pictures of them.
That's smart.
For obvious reasons. I could show you the one I'm working on for Henri.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you had like a like you go to get like a tattoo and they've got like a pick the options.
Oh, hell, that's a good idea. I figured we should probably do something like that, but we'd have to keep it under tight lock and key and whatnot. Being the masquerade and all, we ain't gonna be no offenders. But hey, yeah, why don't you come over here? I'll show you what I'm cooking up for Henri since he wanted one.
Okay.
So he goes walking over, and he ends up showing you what was probably a smallish pit bull, but it looks almost like it looks almost rat-ish in a way. And it's got like it has extra like fangs kind of coming out for additional biting power. It's clear like the front side, the front, because pit bulls tend to be a little bit front heavy anyways. So it's a little bit more beefier. It has bone plates kind of coming off off of its back for additional armor, and like knobby. It's a little bit more knobby at the joints, with a little bit of barbs kind of coming off of them. It looks at you and it's just like, argh!
Okay.
And he looks at it and he says, "Now you knock that off." And he kind of sits down and looks up. See, simple as that.
Danny, I don't know what I was expecting, but looking at one now, I'm like, that's a lot.
Yeah, and just think what this mean mother's gonna do. Anybody come up to your house, they're gonna shit themselves first. Then you can just have your ghouls just deal with the mess afterwards, just pump it full of lead, whatever.
Just think, no more Toreadors.
Yeah, that thought does cross Remus's mind of like, Isadora being chewed up like a bone. But now it's the question of is Remus gonna be okay with like having this done to a dog? And that's the thing. I'm like, is there any more blood left in my bottle?
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep drinking it.
Okay. Hey, you want another one of those?
Yeah, yeah, I think that'd be nice.
Okay, so he hollers for elderlies to come out and bring 2 more.
Danny, I don't know.
So why don't you talk to me? Don't tell me you don't know. Why don't you just hash it out with Danny?
Yeah,
What's going on? What's percolating in your mind?
I'm worried, Danny.
What you worried about?
I'm worried that if I've done cruel things, Danny, but I always did it because it it meant to better everything for everybody.
Okay, I feel you so
The
far.
Yeah, with the dog though, it only benefits me, and I don't know if I want to put the dog through that.
Okay, fair enough. Uh, you own any firearms?
You know, I should probably learn how to use a gun.
Oh my God.
That wasn't exactly a question I was asking, but do you own any firearms?
Uh, I've never really needed them.
Okay, do your people own firearms?
Yeah, they do.
Okay, well, those
What about
firearms
the
only benefit them now, don't they?
what about the ghost variety?
Oh yeah, have you heard about ghost guns, Danny?
You know, that's a hell of a thing. Skeeter was telling me the other day about some ghost gun, like
Yeah.
floating up, pistol whipping people.
Ah, it turned out way worse than I expected. I thought it would be. Yeah, no.
Oh, that was you?
No, yeah, no. I was hoping it'd be a ghost gun after I found out what it was.
Oh, it ain't a thing? Oh, because that's the
No,
case. I was going to invite the family over your place. We'll go cook some marshmallows, go look at some ghosts. That'd be a heck of a thing.
you bring your family to a house haunted with ghosts and
Oh,
guns.
hell yeah. That's all kinds of
Oh,
fun. If they're mean and angry, you can get them to pop Jiffy Pop, or maybe throw stuff around.
So you troll the ghosts. I'm not there, I know.
you're shooting skeet with the ghosts with the ghost guns.
The point I'm trying to make, anything you got only benefits you. So what benefits you is how you use it, right? Like you get a car. Well, that only benefits you. That don't benefit nobody else. But that car takes you someplace else, right? Maybe
Yeah,
you open up a can of whoop ass on somebody. Well, that certainly helps somebody. Car helped to do that, right?
yeah,
Hey, this is just a living tool. A tool that's going to obey your commands. Hell, if you want, I'll even help you figure out how it can use some obfuscate, so it can be a little bit sneaky for you. How's that?
This is cracking me up.
Remus is starting to feel like maybe he shouldn't have come over here.
Revis would be standing there laughing his ass off, looking at you.
Yeah, Remus can almost hear Remus laughing from where he is, just like.
So I'll tell you what. Why don't we do this? I'll give you trial run. You keep them for a week, and we do this without modifications. You tell me, if you like it, you don't like it. We'll go from there. Because I could always, figure out a sale with somebody else.
Yeah, no, and I'll. It's not. I mean, it's just the like, and even if we did do that, I would still pay you full price for what it's worth because I realize that I'm being unreasonable. I know that this is my problem,
No,
and it's
you're just
not.
being different. You ain't being unreasonable.
No, well, I'm being difficult, but oh, it's weird, Danny. It's weird. I have scales on my back now, and I have wolf feet.
I'm telling you, I can help you fix those. You just say the word.
Why scales though? Does this make any sense? How'd that guy turn into a mosquito?
Oh, rumor has it has something to do with like the creatures of your environment or something like that.
Wait, so what lizards am I hanging out with?
I don't know. But there are lizards around this place, so maybe that's what you're coming up on.
Is it wait, like when I look at the scales, does it look like lizard scales or does it look like can I identify the type of reptile?
Well, it is reptile.
It's like
Do
a
you have
snake.
do you have any academics?
I have 2 in academics.
Okay, give me an intelligence academics roll.
You betcha,
Academics.
Mandy.
I'm the map. I'm the map. I'm the map. I'm the map.
There we go. Intelligence, academics. Okay. Difficulty, what again? I'm sorry, 6?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hey, where were you when I was frenzying? 2 successes.
Okay. They could be snake.
Hmm.
Hanging around Revis too long.
Yeah, Remus doesn't
Told
like
you
that.
he was a bad influence.
Do the scales seem like they would give me any sort of like armor protection, or is it just like it's just the same as skin? It's just scales now.
That is a great question. You'd have to test it out.
All right, I'm gonna ask Danny. Can you like punch me in the scales, but like not hard enough to kill me? I want to see if this like will if the scales are like harder than skin.
Well, shoot, son, I get angry enough, I'll fill this whole street with uppercut.
Well, I want you to kill me. This is a test.
No, I ain't gonna. Son, I ain't gonna kill you. Okay, you just
You
straighten
sound-
up, hold, just stand your ground or something.
Yeah. You made it sound like you were like, "Oh man, just get me started." I was like, "No, I'm just,
Oh no, oh, hell no, you ain't made me angry. We're just gonna play Haymaker Studebaker. And as you're trying to figure that out, wham!
Oh, okay. Does it feel like it helps?
I mean, it hurt. I'm not gonna, make you like take off any points of damage or whatnot, but it feels like it could possibly slide off. So it could lessen the impact by sliding, as opposed to, hard chitness type armor.
Okay. So it could be useful.
Just like your claws. Yep.
Okay.
It's just a little awkward.
All right. Oh yeah, is it like making me like stand weird? Like
Nope. It
No?
just feels weird when you put on a shirt.
Okay. I don't know, Danny. Am I still quelled?
No.
Okay. I kill everybody. No, okay. Yeah. No. Yeah, no, I'm gonna. How long can you hold out on me, Danny, for an answer about the dog?
Oh, how long you won't?
Give me a little bit. I gotta. It's finally worn off.
So what about like 2 weeks or so? Is that good enough? You want a little bit more
Yeah.
time?
Yeah, if that's okay. And I understand, and I understand that I'm keeping you waiting. So, I can give you the money for the dog regardless of if I take it or not, because I don't want to, I don't want to, I don't want this to affect you and your family.
Oh, my hell, son, we're already rich. I'm doing this for the fun of it now.
That's a good point.
Well, that and nobody's coming around beating us because we ain't doing it in enough time. It's that sort of thing.
Yeah, I guess compared to them, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like I'm saying, you ain't no beast, you ain't no monster. You ain't got nothing to worry about there.
Yeah. Thanks, Danny.
No problem.
Yeah. I think I should well, I don't know.
You okay to drive home?
Yeah, I should be fine.
I
I
mean, you
just
did
need
have
some.
blood with alcohol in it.
How much alcohol?
Well, you've had 2 at this point. So why don't you get? Well, I mean, you have fortitude, but go ahead and roll your stamina and fortitude.
Okay.
And is this going on while we're at the club
Yep.
simultaneously?
Yep.
Okay. There's something I would like to do at the end.
Sure.
So, you know.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty 6.
Okay. If I have a specialty, will that count?
It will blow up. Yes.
Okay.
Just for purposes of this roll, not anything else.
3 successes.
Okay. Yeah, you're fine.
The mark of the beast. It's 666.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fitting.
So yeah, you're fine.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm fine. Thank you though. So, yeah, thank you for your hospitality. I really appreciate it.
Oh, hey, ain't nothing but a thing. You come on by anytime you feel. You hear me?
Yeah, it's nice to see I don't know, house full of people.
Oh, we are definitely a house full of people. That is certainly one way to put it.
Yeah, you're really lucky, Danny.
Oh well, thank you. I'll make sure to remind Cletus of that, my half Korean brother, or half Korean cousin, I should say.
Are you all related, like by blood or?
Well, yeah. Why?
Okay, I was curious. I don't know.
Yeah, Ellie Lee's my first cousin.
Wait, isn't she your wife?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
No
Shelly Mae is my
surprise.
half sister. Myron is my Myron is my cousin and is a brother to Ellie. Jedediah is also a cousin, brother to Ellie. Sheila is our middle sister to me and Billy Will. Cletus is a cousin to Ellie and me. Dewey is a cousin. He ain't so bright, but he's from my side of the family. And Skater is Ellie's little sister.
As he's like explaining this, Ramus is looking right at the camera, like,
This is the exact same conversation that Bear had with Sophie at one point, I think.
just go, wow. Your family's like you've really strong family ties, Danny.
Oh yeah, sure. Oh well, that's also because we're all revenants, and you got to breed with other revenants to maintain revenant line.
Okay. What is that? I don't think I've heard of that.
Oh well, shoot. Best way to look at us is kind of like your ghouls, but we don't need no blood to be maintained. We breed out kind of like living vampires, I guess, in a way, but we don't need no blood to sustain. And we all, depending on what type of revenant family you got, depends upon the type of disciplines of the blood.
So you don't need, huh? So you have all your abilities, but you don't need blood to maintain it, or
Right?
huh? Interesting. I didn't know that was a thing.
Well, you can thank the Zamisi for that for the most part. Some of them shifty Tremere do that too. From what I understand, Giovanni I think got some because they got kind of family ties, and there's some others out there. Rumor
Doesn't
has
that-
it even the Ventru got some.
Doesn't that like bother you that like your whole family's like fate is tied in with like these just creatures to just toss you around like you're a chess piece? That doesn't bother you?
It bothered me at one point in time, but that's why we're here.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We struck it rich, and I moved the family. Now we got other family that's still under the thumb of the Sabbat. That's for sure. I didn't know you were going to go all philosophical with me on these questions on your way out.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
No, you're
I don't want to.
fine.
I don't want to bring you down.
Oh, ain't nothing to bring down. I'm right as rain.
I could probably learn quite a few things from you, Danny.
So,
But
stick with me, son. I'll have you farting through silk.
what? You know what? Explain what that means to me next time. That we'll have.
Sure thing.
Yeah, because yeah, I think I need. Yeah, I think I need some. I need to think a little bit.
All right. Well, you do that. You just give us a holler all anytime, and we'll revisit the conversation, or you just come around, hang around the fire pit, and we'll conversate like regular people. How's that?
Yeah, I think I'd like that. Thank you.
I tell you what, you in sports? Do you like football? Because we got the whole NFL package. You come on over Monday or Thursday nights. We're tearing it up.
You know, I'm not really into sports, but why not? Why
Okay,
not?
sure thing. Maybe we'll find you a NFL football team you can get involved in.
Is there like a wolf one, or I guess I should be looking for one that's got a like snake back and wolf feet. Is there?
Yeah, they don't have nothing like that. But we'll find you one that you could start getting involved in and following.
Okay. I should buy a football team. I'm just gonna walk to my car.
Okay. All right. So back to the party at this point. Anybody doing? I'll get to Rachel in a second. Just clarifying. Anybody else doing anything before the end of the game? Any one particular things you're doing want to get done?
Just drunk dancing.
Okay, drunk dancing. Great. Henri?
Damaris and Henri have been like having a whole conversation in the corner. They were like,
We have.
so we've been like chatting like literally on Facebook in character. So they've just like they started off by showing each other their sketch pads and then just chatting from there.
Okay. And Ben?
Yeah.
It's the longest conversation they've ever had. So
It really is.
So, like, after the ladies have like been discussing things amongst themselves out on the dance floor for like several minutes, and Rivas is doing his thing, then Ben will get up and he'll go join him for dancing as well.
Okay. So then, Damaris, what'd you have?
So towards the end of the evening, what I'm planning on doing is in her sketchbook, she's going to be basically drawing out like like tearing out the page and not like kind of folding in half and doing like an I'm a sorry card. And she's going to draw on the front of it a cactus that's a little prickly and it says sorry I'm prickly. And then on the inside, she's going to be like, I know I could be a little prickly at times, but it's just my upbringing. And then she's going to sign Damaris. And then she's going to go leave them and drive to Remus's estate and wait for him.
Okay. So do you drive like all the way up to the driveway, or do you wait at the end of the driveway? Because you've been here before.
I'll drive all the way up if his security lets me at this point, like, because I know it's his place.
Okay.
And I'll just sort of get out and just sort of lean against my car and wait for him.
Okay.
And wait until he shows up.
Remus, at this point, as you come driving back, having a weird but kind of delightful conversation with Danny and his family, you see Damaris sitting in her car waiting for you in your driveway.
Okay.
Well, I would have gotten out and I was leaning against my car at that point, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll park the car and I'll pop out.
When she sees him, she'll just sort of stand up and just sort of wave at him and just sort of meet him halfway, I guess, as he approaches, and she'll pull out the card and just sort of hand it to him and to say, I'm sorry about tonight.
What are you sorry for? I was the one who frenzied and tried to attack you.
But it was. Here's the thing. it was my fault that you frenzied in the first place. I'm still trying to adapt to those that are a bit more humane than I am. And it's not fair that I should be pushing my certain ideals on you. In fact, I should be taking a page from your book at this point, considering have been amongst you guys as long as I have. Um, so I just wanted to genuinely apologize.
I I am so confused. Well, I should apologize for I I didn't want to attack. I That was not what I.
I'm not offended. I honestly would, based on you know, your ideals, I would have been surprised that you didn't at my comment, and that's where I need to draw a line and filter things. I know I can be a bit harsh, but there's a learning curve. You know, as you get older, sometimes things get a little bit more desensitized. Um, and you know, you learn by experiencing. So um, just want to make sure that my goal is to learn, and I learn by experiencing. So this has definitely been a learning experience.
Rubens like kind of looks down at the card and like without looking at you, he's just gonna say like, "Do you, do you have to become less human the older you get? Is that gonna happen to me?"
No, I actually don't believe that's going to happen to you. You have to understand that our paths have started very differently. You have the benefit of starting out as well as where you're at now. For me, it was immediately Sabat. It wasn't immediately Anarch. So my viewpoints are going to be a lot more different, a lot more stern, a bit more freer in thinking than something that's as structured as this. So this transition has been different, and I'm not saying there's no structure in the Sabbat. There definitely is. In fact, the punishments are way more brutal, but um, there's just a different way of managing, and this one is definitely different. I'm still figuring it out too, but we're in this together, and the last thing I need is for there to be any issues between us because we're all still figuring stuff out.
Yeah, no, I understand that. Oh,
I think that my my position on things will is a benefit to the group because I can see things in a little bit more of a black and white scenario versus maybe others, and maybe provide an alternative viewpoint on things like Revis, or Henri for that matter. Doesn't mean that it's the right way. It just provides a bit more critical thinking.
yeah, I understand. I do get that, and I just like you said, I don't want to impose my what I've what I've accepted. You know, it's not right for me to impose that on you, and I don't want you to feel like you need to. It's just this. It's,
Look, you're still young. You'll learn ways to address things and to cope and to evolve.
even more than I already have with two minds poking around in the same head.
Oh, I thought you figured that out already.
I mean, yeah, it just I've been doing this for 2 years, and I thought I would have a better idea of what I was doing 2 years in, but I still know as little as I did when I got started.
Look, I've been doing this for decades and I'm still learning. So, you've only been doing it for a couple of years. And look how far you're at now. You've still got plenty of things to do.
I guess I just got to figure out what.
You've got plenty of time too.
Well, not with our track record, but
You know, you've survived this long. I think you're doing pretty good so far.
well,
Just
thank
saying, you
you.
should give yourself a little bit more credit. Not everybody can live with two minds in their head. Sometimes you just get the benefit of the other mind. You know,
I guess so.
I'm just thinking of my Valerian, the one time I've used it. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure that you weren't put off by that, and I'm sorry I made you frenzy by talking about the humane factor of it. I'll try to be more aware of it. I'm not going to tiptoe all the time, but just know that I'm going to slip up every now and again, and try not to take offense too much because it's not directed at you.
Yeah, no, I didn't frenzy because I was mad at what you said. Like I know now much more kind of Revis's point of view and your point of
Mhm.
view and Henri's point of view, and I get that there at a certain point this stuff just becomes a lot easier to accept. And I've
It
killed,
does.
yeah, I get it. It's like I said, it just something inside me just snapped. That was not a conscious decision. I don't want you to feel like you have to tiptoe.
No, no, I trust me. Tonight, when I found out that Dahlia got turned Sabat by the one guy that I genuinely hate, yeah, I saw red. I understand. It just happened. But we'll figure it out. She's gonna reach her hand out just to shake his hand. Just like, don't
Yeah,
worry, we're in this together.
Remus will shake her hand. Yeah, thank
Awesome.
you.
Yep.
And
So I feel like,
that is where we're going to end for the night. So it's
yeah,
almost a whole 3.5 hours of gaming.
I was gonna have Seth mention to or suggest to Ben that they go try out the package.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
So, next game is tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We are going to be playing Marvel Superheroes, taking on the role of the Legacy once again. And it looks like there's going to be more updates to bring to the team. So it should be interesting. Next week at 7 p.m. on Wednesday, we have Cyberpunk. And then on Saturday. On Thursday, 7 p.m., we have Street Fighter, the RPG.
Yeah.
And then on Saturday, which is next Saturday, the 23rd, we're going to have Ashland by Night Blood Ties. So it's going to be, it's characters in the same universe, but some slightly different stories that are taking place. Sometimes there's a little bit of spillover. Sometimes there's other surprises that pop up. You never know. That's going to be taking place at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that's in the late morning, early afternoon for that particular game. So thank you guys all for staying with us and hanging with us and chatting with us. And we will catch all of you again next time. Thank you and good night.
Bye.
Who the heck was Xenofather?